to stay.
Hello and welcome back to Beyond Boards, a podcast dedicated to the actions and interests of skaters beyond skateboarding. My guest today, Tom Karangelov, was born in Serbia in 1988 but moved to California with his parents at only 3 months of age. He started skating in his early teens in Fountain Valley and quickly became a local at the Santa Ana skatepark. In his late teens, Tom won Slap's 1 in a Million contest, which really put him on the map. Since then, he has led a highly productive skate career, eventually getting on the Weekend and New Balance Numeric programs. He is well known for his uniquely creative approach to spots and tricks, showcased in his numerous amazing video parts, often filmed and edited by his lifelong friend Matt Bublitz. So here's my conversation with Tom. I hope you'll enjoy it.
Never ends.
So let's start with this. The first one is an audio one. I'll have you listen to it.
Hey, what's up, fool? A lot of people know that you're a big skate nerd that likes to visit spots and commemorate skaters from past videos. What era of skating or skaters have been hyping you up the most currently? One that I could think of recently was your post about Mike Maldonado when you were on an East Coast trip. So it just made me wonder what motivates you or inspires your dedication to remembering and amplifying your favorite skaters from the past.
Damn. Yeah, that's Nando. He's
yes, exactly.
Yeah, he's a good homie. He's a good dude. Yeah, he probably loves skating just as much as me, if not more. Let me think about that. So, with dudes like Maldo, I don't know, I grew up watching him skate, and he has such a good style, and he has such a good trick selection. And then, as I get older and I'm in skating longer, I start to realize like what makes people like that just disappear kind of. Mm-hmm. So the mystery behind them kind of is part of the reason why I think I'm attracted to that era of skateboarding and wanting to, I don't know, I love it so much that I want to learn like his story and what happened, and I want to hear it from him. And the Mike Maldonado one's interesting because we were on like a New Balance trip, and I pretty much tried to get him like to come out of his shell and like come and meet up. And
had you already met with him or not yet at that point?
No. He's a tough one because he didn't have social media or anything. So through like Ryan G and like a couple people, this guy Angel that owns Terror of Planet X, things that I saw Maldo had like boards for or guest boards for at the time, I would just kind of bug them like, I'm on this New Balance trip. Is there any chance like Maldo would come to like a demo or come meet me? I'm like a big fan. And I think those people kind of vouching for me like got Maldo to like come from Westchester to one of our demos. And I got to like see him, and I got to see him reconnect with Reynolds, which was like a big deal for me, like the skate rat in me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I think it's like something about these people that are like long gone that have put their DNA in skating that still exists today. I mean, East Coast powerhouse, simple skating, powerful, kind of like resonates with skaters today more than ever. Mm-hmm. Something about that aura makes me want to like meet them and like ask them questions and like talk to them. And then this is the thing, not just with Maldo though. I've done it with like Jerry Fowler, Maldo, Sheffy, Donger. There's a lot of skaters that, I don't know, brought a lot to skating that, I don't know, are still appreciated today. And I feel like even though they're probably checked out of skating a little bit, like I know a lot of them still love it. So it's cool to like show my respect to that, even though I'm such like in a little place of skating, to show I'm such like a little thing in skating, but to just know that these dudes, that there's someone that is hyped on them still, I think is really important and really cool.
For sure.
Yeah, because it's like it's bigger than just like than skating. It's like the culture of skating. Like
yeah, exactly.
Those people have done so much. I did it with Pulio too. I like
oh yeah? Yeah,
I like went to New York, and before going to New York, I would send him all these things because I kind of noticed he responds on Instagram, kind of.
Yeah.
As you've probably hit up a lot of people through Instagram. Some people respond, some people don't. But Bobby kept like talking to him, so I was skating with like Lance a lot, so I had Lance Mountain, so I had Lance draw some art on a dollar bill. So when I went to New York, I met up with Bobby and I gave him the dollar bill.
Oh,
and he
no way.
And he
That's
tripped
awesome.
out. Yeah, he tripped out, and then Lance drew a doughboy, like the yellow circle things, kind of how Gons has his. Lance has the doughboy. So Lance drew that on a dollar for Bobby, and I kind of like, I don't know, it's probably must be kind of cool for Bobby to be like, wow, there's like a little skate nerd from California that's getting Lance to draw on money for me.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he appreciated that, yeah.
Yeah, so then I don't know, I'm just like fascinated with finding people that I think are interesting and meeting them. And I don't know like where that comes from. I think it's cool. I don't know.
No, for sure. I understand. I definitely agree. And how was that meeting with Mike Maldonado? Like, did you get to talk with him a bit about him, checking out of skating and how he appreciates it now, like all these years later?
Yeah, Maldo was, that was one of those people that I met that like, they tell you like, oh, don't meet your heroes. He was like the sickest dude ever. He just seems like a good person, and he has like a job and a kid, and he just like works and skates for fun. And I don't know, it was cool. It was cool to meet somebody like that. That's like normal. He wasn't a kook at all. He was like the coolest. I could tell too that he appreciated what I was doing. I don't know. I could tell there was like that was cool too. At the end of the whole thing, he got my number and texted me like a whole thing. And we're like, I still text him all the time. Like I'll go to a spot that he skated that's like 30 minutes from my house, and I'll send him like a photo of it.
Oh yeah, he must be hyped. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I answered Nando's question.
Yeah.
I think I'm just fascinated, and I think culturally there's a lot of things about skating that's like in my DNA and that I want to know and learn about, and the only way to do that is to talk to these people and like get to know them, and everyone's been cool so far.
Yeah, because it comes from a place of respect and admiration, and they can feel that. So
yeah. I think so.
Well, I have kind of a link to that a little bit. I have a question from Matt Price. He said to ask you what Arizona skaters or skate videos inspired you growing up, and how many people on the Brimley skate team you can name.
Fuck. On the Brimley team, Matt, Thad, maybe. Fuck, I'm put on the spot. Ted Schmitz, maybe. I can't think. I know there's one dude I'm missing.
I can't help you. I'm not aware of Brimley. Yeah, is that like an AZ brand, like a board brand or a shop, or what is that?
Yeah, I think maybe Peter Vlad might be a part of it too. I don't remember. It's a little board company that was like pretty sick in the 2000s.
Okay.
Maybe Preston Harper too. Shit. Yeah, I think he was on. I'm not cheating. I'm not looking at my phone. And then Arizona, I mean, a lot of Arizona skaters were rad. John Rob Moore, he had a really sick part when I was a kid. He like almost got on S.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he skated to a sick song. I feel like a lot of Arizona skaters. This video Potpourri was really sick. They used really sick music, and I know me and Matt Bublitz, who I skate with a lot, like we would watch Potpourri a lot. That was a sick video. Price and like Ryan Lay and stuff would come down to Huntington to skate with our friend Don. Mm-hmm. So it was cool when we were little kids to see like Price and Ryan Lay. But I didn't I don't know, they were kind of like celebrities when I was a kid, like the Arizona skate scene. It was really cool. So yeah, I would say I could probably name like those 4 or 5 people that I'm probably wrong about. They even made like these sunglasses that said Brimley. Man, I don't remember right now any more people, but and then I would say a big Arizona video was Potpourri. That was a really sick video. They used like good music. Everybody seemed to be like my age and into the same stuff. So that was like, I don't know, really, that was pretty special, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was funny he'd asked that. I was wondering why he asked that, because I know you grew up in California, so I was like, well, how would he know this about Arizona? I mean, you would probably know of it, but you didn't grow up there. So
there was a thing in like the early 2000s where all these crews made videos, and somehow all, like every shop, there was a lot of crews, and there was a lot of skate shops that had crews. Like 303 in Colorado had videos. Arizona had videos. Minnesota had videos. There was these crews with videos, and you would like go on people's, it would be like .blogspot or Tumblr or whatever, Shopify or whatever, and you'd like buy the homie videos. So like at some point, me and Matt would have like collected a bunch of videos.
Oh, okay, interesting.
But in California, in California, that was like part of like the culture of the early 2000s was you would hear about a new video and buy it and kind of like support it or something, and then you'd be like, whoa, this kid Sean Malto's like killing it. He's like an amazing skater, and then 4 years from the homie video, he's on like Girl, you know?
Yeah.
Davis with Boondoggle, he's on Reel. So yeah, you could kind of, that's probably right before YouTube, you know? That's how you would kind of see it. You would watch those things and be like, wow, there's this scene in Minnesota that's rad where they're skating a bunch of cool spots, and there's this one dude in there that's like, you could tell is probably going to be a pro skater. But that's how I would know about Arizona. It's like the next state over, and those dudes would come to Huntington Park a lot. So I knew who they were. And especially Matt Price's photos were already being shot or used, and Ryan Lay and stuff they were already like popular skaters in videos. I would see them.
All right, let's do this one.
Hi Tom, this is Kento. I know you got the sick-ass cop car, but have you got any trouble while driving it?
Kento's so sick. The only trouble, my last car literally like blew. I had it for like 250,000 miles, and it blew blew up on the freeway. I just heard the engine like parts and stuff in it just going like dink dink dink, like exploding.
Oh no.
And steaming. So I was kind of like, fuck, what car do I get? And I was just being like a little pest, and I know like Greg Hunt and Kirchart had cop cars and Jamie Thomas and shit. So I was like, I'm gonna get a cop car. Like they're probably really cheap. So I found this cop car for like no money in really good condition. And the catch with it though is the police rip everything out of it kind of. So you have to kind of put everything back. Like the windows were broken, so I had to go to the junkyard and get like window motors, put them back in. The doors wouldn't unlock, so I had to go get door jams and like put them back in. The spotlights didn't work, which that's the number one question. Do the spotlights work on the cop car?
Yeah.
So I had to like rewire those with the help of my friend. And then the only trouble I've had, there's a lot of pros to it, but the only trouble I've had is I was skating this spot in a school, and I opened this gate kind of crazy, and I was sitting parked in the school like halfway. It's in kind of like a bad area of East LA, and this dude pulls up to me kind of hot. Yeah, these dudes pull up to me kind of hot, and they're like, that's some kind of fucking car you bought, like a cop car? Like, what are you doing with a cop car? You trying to like impersonate the cops? And then I was like, no, honestly, I'm just like a skateboarder. It's like honestly the perfect car to have as a skateboarder, because like no one's really going to question you. And they're like, and then once I said skateboarder and that I had opened the gates to skate, they were so hyped on me. But it was like, it started out so like I was going to get beat up, and then it turned into like, that's rad that I skate. And then they were like, somehow they like knew about skateboarding a little bit. And then as they were parked in front of my car, like more of their friends were coming, but it ended up turning into that they were just like hyped on skating. But that was one where I was like, fuck, I'm getting pressed pretty hard right now. And then it changed like completely once I said I was a skateboarder.
Yeah. All right. I have one from Taylor McClung. He said to ask you if you've ever sacked Compton out bars. Probably not saying this right, but does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. When we were little, I'm such a kook. Okay, but maybe this is a good thing. All right, when we were really little, I grew up skating with Taylor McClung. He's like the oldest McClung brother. He was like the best skater at the skate park, and I think naturally when you're kind of from the same area, and I don't know, he's like the best skater, you kind of like skate with him often. So Taylor was kind of part of our crew when we were little. And there's this outrail that it's really famous now, but back when we were little kids, no one really skated it too much. I can't think of really famous tricks from today, but Shiloh Greathouse in First Love, Fakey
yeah.
Hurricanes. He Fakey Hurricanes this. It's like a 4-stair outrail. Tim switch low C grinded it as an ender in the decline video. Okay, so that's Compton outrails. So when we were little, I had kickflip front boards on lock on like this flat bar at the skate park we grew up on. And I told Matt, who I still film with, like, let's go to Compton outrails, which were sketchy back then. You'd have to hop this giant fence and the cops would always come and they'd be like, what are you guys doing? You're not from Compton. Like, what are you doing in here? They'd like press you pretty hard at that school. So I remember hopping over. It must have been like 2003 or 4, something like that. Hopping over and being like, all right, I'm going to kickflip front board it. Like, let's do it, Matt. And I somehow kickflip front boarded it quickly because I knew it was a bust. And I was so happy that as I rolled away, I kept pushing and I yelled, like, keep filming, Matt. And I don't know why I went for nollie lip just as a joke. And my wheel hung up and I nutted the rail. Oh no. And as I nutted, it was an actual nut. And then as I nutted, I front flipped the rail and scratched my forehead on the ground. So I had like a forehead scratch, and everybody was just like dying laughing. And I was kind of like tripping because Matt filmed it like so proper. And I asked Matt if I could see it, and everybody was like, don't erase it. And I like erased it because I was so embarrassed. And until this day, the OG skate crew like roast me for deleting the clip.
They bring it up, yeah.
But if that clip existed today, it would like haunt me, I think. It would be I don't know, it would probably be like pretty funny to use to make fun of me. Which I would love that too, but at the time I knew this clip can't exist.
Yeah, it's not gonna help with my career. Yeah.
Not really like career or whatever. It was just like
or for reputation or something.
Yeah, it would be social suicide if this clip existed. I would get roasted for it. So I knew I had to delete it, and that's the story with that. Taylor loves that story.
I love that he brings it up instead of seeing the footage. He likes to remind you of it. Yeah,
still haunts me. Deleting it haunts me.
All right, let's see.
Hey, this question is for Tom K. I know you're vegetarian, and I think you have been for a while. Is that just because of Templeton? And I feel like I've asked you this and you said no, but do you count your protein or macros or micros? How do you make sure you get enough nutrition? Because you're a strong, stout feller. It looks like you do if you're a vegetarian. I don't know. Thanks. Later.
That's Considine, my teammate.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, fuck, man. When I was a little kid, like Templeton, like there was only. I mean, it's crazy I can even say this, but there was just like a bunch of pros that like lived in Huntington, OC. And for some reason, like Templeton, I like hinged to Templeton because he like skated cool, liked cool music, did his own grap boards, was like a weird artist. And I learned he was like vegetarian. So when I was like 16, 17, I think I kind of dabbled in that a little. And then when I was like 18, I was like, okay, I'm going to try and do it for real. Not just because of Tempster, but like definitely like he was kind of like one of the first people like, oh, he's vegan.
Yeah. Speaking about it and sure.
Yeah, he was kind of like one of the first pros I remember kind of talking about it. So then I was kind of watching videos about not eating meat products or like whatever, not eating and using meat products. So I was just like, I'm going to give this a shot and see if I could do it. Just because, like, I don't know, just to see if I could do it. So me and a couple friends did it, and I just like stuck to it. So I'm 37 now, and I was like 17 or I think I was like 17 or 18 when I started. So yeah, I just kind of stuck to it. Like the thought of eating meat, it doesn't really like, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever do it. But yeah, there's probably like a combo of like friends, musicians I liked, Templeton, seeing if I could do it just to do it. Which at the time, which is funny, like 20 years ago or whatever that is, it was harder to not eat meat. Like there was no Whole Foods, there was no like whatever. And then I would travel the world kind of later on as vegetarian, and I learned that there's this website like happycow.com, Anywhere you are, you could like type in, I'm in like Guangzhou, China, and it'll give you like restaurants. So I don't know. I learned to like navigate it, and I kind of just try to stick with it. I think I like sticking to things that I am into. I like sticking to those things. So yeah, that's that question. And then I don't know how I get my protein. I feel healthy usually. I can like overeat food like how most people do, but I feel like full if I overeat, but I just eat, I don't know. I feel like I just eat like a kind of balanced diet. I don't know. I don't calorie count or protein count or anything.
And so you're vegetarian, not vegan, right? So you still eat like
eggs.
How do you say, dairy and eggs? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you probably get enough protein just by eating those. By itself should be fine, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know the thing is, I wouldn't even know if I don't get enough. I don't even know how you know. Maybe you just feel like shit 24/7, but
you probably feel weak. Yeah.
Yeah, I always just feel fine. Yeah,
and
so
you're
I don't know.
a active professional skater. I mean, you're like moving a lot and everything. So if you weren't eating well properly, like you would have symptoms for sure. Like you would have felt something.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I guess that's how I just like live my life, and I'm fine.
Okay. I thought it was an interesting question. That resonates with me because I've been vegan for a few years now, like 5 or 6 years. And vegan is a bit trickier in the sense that you don't eat like no dairy, no eggs. And so first I wasn't controlling at all the protein intake. But after a few months, I really could see that I was never like super buff or anything, but like I could see that my muscles were kind of melting, like reducing in size and everything. And I was feeling weaker. And I had some like blood samples, and my my iron levels were really dropping. So then I had to readjust a little bit how I ate and make sure to eat at least a little bit of just enough protein every day, and take some like B12 supplements and some iron and stuff. So now it's all good. But like you said, you look like a pretty strong guy. So it's interesting that you never had to really pay too much attention to it, and you just naturally found a good way to eat and feel good.
Yeah. I honestly don't know. Yeah, I'm just fine every day.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I hope. We'll find out soon.
All right. Well, another teammate of yours, Jordan Taylor, ask him why he won't ride for Lucy.
Fuck.
Give us an explanation, please.
He calls me out on that a lot. Okay, this is gonna sound weird, but I pretty much just wear like simple stuff. He makes crazy belts. I can't wear like red belts and studded belts. So if he makes a simple belt, I'll wear it.
Yeah, okay.
But I like everything he does on I comment, I share. I do the things. I've bought a shirt before when he made shirts. So yeah, I'm not a fake homie. But he does call me out every time because I have just some shitty black belt on, and he's like, "Bro, no, Lucy."
And he said also to ask if you took advantage of a never skatable spot this Christmas, or if not, maybe he has an older story of one.
Yeah, I used to. There was this handrail at this college in Whittier, and it was never skatable, only on Christmas because security would park their cars at the bottom. And another nut story, but I nutted it on Christmas, trying to tail slide this rail. So I stopped doing holiday handrails. That's my kind of only
That's
Christmas.
karma? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. That one sucked.
All right, let's do this one.
Ask Tom K about our zero trip in China. The machete, or whatever it was, the meat cleaver, the cleaver at the fruit shop, and whatever else he remembers from our trip to China. I feel like it was a fun, memorable trip. He probably even remembers more than I do.
That's brass.
Oh my god, he might have even been at the Smile Happy Cafe, or whatever it was. He might have even been at the restaurant next door to the hotel. I think we were in Guangzhou. He might have been there when Fred Gall had the tiny martini and disappeared with the with the meat cleaver and the Chinese guy that we didn't know, and came back with a fire safety mask on. I swear that was the same trip.
Yeah, that was.
I think so. Ask him if he was there when Fred Gold came back with the fire mask on.
You can hear his children in the background, I think. Or
Yeah.
So did you recognize who that was?
Yeah, that's Brass. That's a really sick, like, okay, so, I mean, you want a long version of some of this stuff?
Please, yeah, for sure.
All right, so, like, around 2011 or 12, like, I had gotten on Zero fully, and I heard, like, a lot of teams were going to China, so Jamie wanted to go to China, and I was like, whoa, we're going to China, that's, like, crazy. Like, I never thought, like, skating would take me to Asia, and, at the time, John Fitzgerald quit Zero for Alien.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we didn't really have, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I had known I'm going to have a part in the video, but I kind of was like, we need another person that's, like, into old Zero. Kind of like how I was, and Keegan is, and Rattray is. And we were like, who is a sick new skater that we could, like, maybe get on Zero? And at the time, Nick's, like, Brass's Life Splicing came out, and we were like, I don't think Alien's, like, doing anything with Brass. Like, let's see if he would want to skate for Zero. So I remember telling Jamie and Lanny, like, let's get Brass on Zero, because Insight was through Black Box as well.
Okay.
So Brass skated for the clothing company. So we eventually got Brass to skate for Zero.
Mm-hmm.
And our first trip together was going to China on a Zero trip. So I was like, dude, it's kind of a secret, but we have Brass on Zero. He's going to China with us. And we like fly to China. We like land. It's like a whole culture shock at the time. There's no, phones didn't work. Instagram was brand new. We didn't know where anything was. And we like get to this hotel that all the skaters stay at. And there's like a little restaurant next to it. And we go downstairs and we get there, and like the first person we saw was Fred Gall and maybe like some Habitat people. But Fred was always at this cafe, and then at some point, I don't know how, but me and Brass got this meat cleaver that he's talking about, and we would cut like coconuts open with it and like drink coconut juice and just do dumb shit with it. And I think the story that Brass is talking about is at some point Fred I think he was still partying like a lot, but he became our friend every night. Like, we would see him after we come back from skating, and eventually he got the meat cleaver somehow. I think this is the story, if I'm not wrong. Mm-hmm. I might be wrong, but it might be kind of gnarly, this story. He got the meat cleaver, and I think he started doing cocaine off of it, like off of this like crazy sharp meat cleaver. Mm-hmm. And eventually, I think me and Brass were like, holy fuck, like Fred Gall's like doing coke off our meat cleaver.
In China.
in China, yeah. Fred Gall's doing coke off our meat cleaver in China.
Interesting sentence you never thought you would say.
Yeah, no. And then I think we got the meat cleaver back, and it would like go to spots with us. But that's the meat cleaver story, I think, that Brass is talking about. Other things in China that I remember, I think one thing I remember is he did this gap to back 50-50 on this like marble ledge. And I remember, I think if I remember correctly too, like Zero had this like stigma where if the trick's not filmed good enough, you have to like do it again. But not everybody got that treatment. But Brass, I think because he's like pretty outgoing and funny, he was like, if I do this trick, like, I'm not going to do it again. Like, I don't care how bad you film it. Like, I'm only doing it once. Mm-hmm. And I think he did this gap to background once, and they didn't film it correctly. And then they made him do it again. Mike Gilbert, like, ran the Zero's filming department. He's, like, the best filmer. He's such, like, a genius. Him and Jamie together were, like, crazy, like,
dynamic duo.
Yeah, they would know, like, okay, like, if you use this angle with this angle to this part of the song, they're very, like, invested in making you look as, like, the best you could. Mm-hmm. And I think that kind of drive is pretty off-putting to like some people. Like they're like too like calculated. Like it's not really going with like whatever happens or however it happens. It's like very calculated.
Yeah.
But that's what makes some of the best skate videos, and that's what makes some of the best skateboarders, is having things done a certain way, presented a certain way. And they were very like open about that. Like so then Brass had to do this back grind again, but he was so pissed. And I remember like the whole time he was just saying funny stuff to Gilbert and Jamie. Like I don't know, I thought that was pretty awesome. That was like one of my first experiences with like Brass being like, you fuckers, like making me do this again. I told you only once. And then because he was so scared to try it again, and then I think he did it next try perfect.
Wow. Okay.
So it's this crazy gap to back 50-50. It's like a double set with like a flat ledge. If you rewatch the video,
That's in Cold War?
yeah, that's the spot that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the meat cleaver shit was insane though.
Do you remember what he mentioned? The Fred Gall with the tiny martini thing? Do you remember what he's talking about with that?
I don't remember that, but like it must have been connected to the doing cocaine off the meat cleaver.
Okay.
I think like that's what he might be like talking about, but I don't remember that.
Yeah. And what about the fire mask? Do you remember that? He said he came back with a fire safety mask on.
That's got to be like cocaine related or something. I don't know.
Okay. That's so funny that the first person you see at this restaurant, first day you arrive in China, is Fred Gall.
Yeah, so it's like the first day, it's like Fred Gall at this cafe. Then like over the next couple of nights, we like see him progressively get gnarlier. And then at some point, like one of the mornings, like PJ Ladd is at the cafe.
Oh, wow.
And New Balance kind of just started, and I was like, whoa, what the hell? Like, PJ, you're here? Because we had both gotten on New Balance, and we'd both like been together filming in LA. So I was like, dude, you're in China too? Like, that's so crazy. So like Plan B was also like in China. So it was like Plan B, Habitat, and Zero were all in China at some point of our trip.
And that was all in Guangzhou?
Yeah. Oh, and then one of the mornings, the morning I saw PJ, I saw Trevor McClung as well, the middle McClung brother.
Yeah.
And he like looked all happy. And I was all, dude, Trevor, what up? Like, this is crazy. Like, two Huntington kids from Huntington, like, we're in Guangzhou, China, skating.
Yeah.
And he looked so hyped. And I remember there was a filmer there. I think it was Eric Bragg. And I think it was somebody else. And I was like, oh, dude, did like something just happen? Like, Trevor seems so hyped. And they're like, dude, Trevor did the craziest nose grind. And then they showed me the footage. And it's like this rail that does an S. It's in one of the Plan B videos. Okay. It looks like a crook. And then it turns into a nose grind. It might have been like one of the... I've never seen a trick like that since, but I like saw the footage and then I like was so shocked by it. I saw Trevor again and I was like, dude, Trevor, I'm sorry, but that might be like the best trick you'll ever do in your life. I remember telling him that because it was so cool. It was like, it's got to be in the Plan B video where Jocelyn has a crazy ass part.
Oh, yeah. It's called, I can't remember.
Maybe True or something?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
He crooks a rail that is in the shape of an S. And it goes from a crook and it turns into a frontside nose grind.
Okay.
But I had never seen anything like that. And I remember being like, wow, that was like the sickest thing I've ever seen. And I told Trevor, my first thing was to tell him like...
That's like your climax?
I was like, dude, that's the best trick you'll ever film. Because it's like the spot and the trick and everything. It just was so cool. And I'm like, no matter what, you're always going to be known for like the crook that turns into the nose grind.
It's all downhill from here.
Yeah, I remember telling him that and then being like, fuck, was that weird that I said that? But all good.
Damn, I wonder. So Fred was there with the Habitat guys, I assume. Did you see anybody else from Habitat or Alien at that same time?
Dude, he must have been with Stefan, but I don't really remember Stefan being there. He was there for sure for Habitat stuff. I had to have been.
Yeah, because I wonder, was iPath still going in 2011? I'm not sure when that's.
I think so, yeah. I think it was, but it didn't seem iPath. It seemed like my brain's telling me it was Habitat.
Yeah. No, that would make sense, yeah.
So that was like a crazy kind of week in China.
Yeah, it looks like it, yeah. I'll try to get Fred Gall on the podcast at some point. I'll ask him about this.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's what I remember. Cocaine off a meat cleaver, and then we got the meat cleaver back, and then we were like, we have Fred Gall's cocaine meat cleaver on sessions. I think we tried to take like a knob off with it too. Like it was, I don't know. I remember just like we would have it with us. It was like a skate tool.
Yeah. Bringing you luck. Yeah.
Yeah, it was sick.
All right, let's see. This one is from Dan Plunkett, former Skate Mental teammate of yours. He said, I just drove through Salt Lake. Ask Tom if he remembers when Lizard King showed us around SLC.
Oh, hell yeah.
And what his rear windshield said on his truck.
His rear windshield. That shit was crazy, yeah. I swear, I could be wrong, but Lizard King might have been trying to get on Skate Mental.
Oh, yeah?
Like low key on that trip. Or I don't know, maybe he just always has that vibe. Like, yeah, we did a Skate Mental trip. No, it was a 3D Skate Mental trip through Salt Lake. We went from California to Mount Rushmore.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So it was like the first 3D Skate Mental trip. Yeah, we went through Utah was one of the stops. It was Jake Anderson's first trip. I think that's where everybody learned he's like the best skater in the world. Yeah, we went through Salt Lake and Lizard King showed us spots and it was insane the whole time. And then I don't remember what his rear windshield said. It probably said like Shredder. It might have said Shredder in like huge Thrasher font. That would be my guess. I might be wrong. But I remember in the edit, there's an edit of this trip. I grinded this two-stair to like ollie a little flat gap to a drop. Mm-hmm. And Lizard did like deck check nose manual off the drop, and I remember being so hyped, like, oh, I skated the same spot as Lizard King. Like I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. He was like a good time the whole time, but yeah, that was like one of those moments where like skating is like random and special, and it brought like all these weirdos together, like me, Lizard King, Staba, Plunkett, Austin, Jake. We're all like hanging out together.
Yeah, nice crew right there. Yeah. So Dan said, if he doesn't remember, it said, melt your fucking dick off. Super big, which was insane.
How could I? Actually, that's crazy. I forgot that. Yeah.
It's pretty wild. He was driving a car with this thing. It's not that surprising, but it's pretty funny, yeah.
Yeah, damn. Dan has got a good memory.
Let's see. This one is from Tim Savage. Let's see. He said, did you ever figure out who the Skate Stopper website silhouette skater was?
Oh my god. You want me to tell the story about that, right?
Yeah, please. Yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay. Okay, so if you go around LA, Orange County, and you look at no skateboarding signs, there's some that are so old from like the 90s that say skatestoppers.com. And they have old photos of, it looks like a dude doing a crook, and then it's like a knob. And I was like, what's up with skatestoppers.com? So I like went on their website and I noticed that there's like a giant silhouette of a dude doing a crook and the ledge is knobbed. And it's like skatestoppers.com, like the #1 website to stop vandalism, like something like that. So I emailed them and I was like, hey, what's up? I'm just, I'm like a journalist. I'm trying to figure out who the image is of the person doing the crook. Because then I thought we would find like a rat within our industry, like who's the person doing the crook, and I was like convinced it was Mikey Taylor, and it would all check out if it was Mikey, and then half of the crew was like it's Greg Lutzka, and I was like it's got to be Mikey Taylor.
Did he look goofy or regular footed on the logo?
He was regular.
Okay.
And I was convinced it was Mikey Taylor, so I like I made like the most professional email and they never got back to me, so I need to follow up on that. Tim loves that story though. He checks in on it a lot.
Damn, that's awesome. Yeah. I wonder who that might have been. Yeah,
I haven't got to the bottom of it yet though, but coming soon hopefully.
And he asked you if you had any thoughts that you'd like to share on New Bedford, Massachusetts.
Oh my god. Fuck New Bedford. That's an inside joke with all the Boston boys.
Okay.
No, I'm down for all of England. Tim's not down for New Bedford. He has some history with New Bedford. Mm-hmm. No, I'm down for New Bedford, but he wants me to say fuck New Bedford. But yeah,
All right. Well, this one is from Cameron Strand. He said, what are a couple of your all-time favorite skate photos from any skate photographer and why? Probably hard to think on the spot, but do you have anything that springs to mind?
Yeah, again, I think like leaning into nostalgia and skating just being so mysterious at this time is like, I personally love like all of Sturt's photos, Daniel Harold Sturt.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a really easy answer to that, but that one stands out. That's kind of like my go-to ones where I just like remember Sturt's photos so well, and every photo has a crazy story to it. He's almost like no one knows anything about him still. There's all these rumors, all this lore.
Yeah.
So I think it makes the photos even more special, but kind of like a random cover that I've always loved was when, like, one that sticks out is this Thrasher cover of Omar Salazar doing a nose blunt. It's an SF. It's just some houses. It's like kind of random even that it's a cover.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure Joe Brooks shot it, but I just love this time in skating. It's right when Alien Workshop Minefield's like about to come out.
So like
there's just
08 or 09 around there?
Yeah, there's just all this lore about like, oh, Dylan has a part, Kirchart, Arto. Like, if you told me these people are all in the same video, like today, it would be like unbelievable.
Yeah.
This is like Omar's part since like a Nike video. So he's kind of become like the Omar that we know. But that cover, there's also a sick Jake Johnson interview in that cover. It's like the Minefield. It's like one of the Minefield Thrashers, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But that cover and that photo, like when I see that, I actually like bought it off Kevin from Look Back Library a while ago. But every time I like look at that cover, I like feel a way about that. That's kind of a more random one where I'm like, damn, that photo and that time period's like so special.
Yeah.
It's a nose blunt on a ledge. It almost feels like OG, and I don't know, something about that time period of skating's beautiful. So
yeah,
that's like a recent cover and photo that sticks out, even though it's from 09. But I don't know. I just think like you're never gonna get another like Jeremy Ray water tower ollie photo. Like that is like the best thing in skating ever.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no practicing. There's no like, I don't even know how that time period's almost so magical. It's like hard to even talk about or something to me. Like skating can never be that cool or that badass or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just for some reason there's so much mystery around that. Like that time period and those photos. Recently too, Phil Shao skating at the top of Fort Miley. I just bought that cover.
Oh yeah.
That's just like iconic too, because something about that time period in skating is so beautiful and special, and the stories, and I don't know. I think for me, when there's just more about like when there's a lot of lore or something around something, I kind of like it more. It's not even the trick. I don't even care about like fully like the tricks or how hard. It's just like the stories and the time and where skateboarding was at. It's like those things and make those photos even more special, you know?
For sure. Do you remember who shot that the Jeremy Ray tower ollie thing?
Yeah, Sturt.
That was Sturt as well? Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
And Ty Evans like filmed it, and just like stuff like that's so cool. And then so that's like two Thrasher ones, a Transworld one, Arto frontboarding El Toro. For some reason, I've always loved that cover.
Yeah. The footage was in Menik Mari, right?
Yeah, it is. The lights go off. Epic.
What about a favorite skate photo of yours? Maybe do you have one photo of yours that you really really love that really sticks out?
Of myself, I don't know. See, that's the thing is like I'd probably connect it to like not even being the hardest, but like having a story around it or something. Like during the filming of the New Balance video String Theory, there's this spot that Dylan Reeder switched backside flips in Huff front threes. It's like a channel gap in Chinatown of LA.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, yeah. With like a rail that they ollie over, right?
Yeah. Dylan switched backside flips it and Huff front threes it. But I ollie over the rail to nose blunt the bank.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that. Yeah.
And Jake Darwin shot the photo. And I feel like I remember the whole time doing that, I was like thinking about Dylan. So yeah, when you ask me, for some reason, just thinking about Dylan and thinking like, there's no way like a ollie over to nose blunt could be a photo. And somehow Jake Darwin, in my opinion, is like one of the most talented photographers.
Yeah, he's
amazing. He just somehow is like able to like hook up. He was like, no, it would be a really good photo. And, you know, as a skater, you like question it. Like, how can you tell that I'm going to land in a nose blunt and slide this bank? And he'd be like, you see these marks here from like when you tried it? Like there's some nose blunt marks on it. I think people will see that there's nose blunt marks and they'll kind of like connect that you're in the air. And when you ollie over to get into a nose blunt, your body's like really crooked. So like it doesn't really look like an ollie.
Mm-hmm.
So like trusting Darwin, like that was like a big time of like, okay, learning Jake Darwin's the best photographer and like trusting him. Times like we're coming to the end of this New Balance video that's like really special to me. And believing in like Darwin and also being like my nostalgia kicking in and being like, fuck man, Dylan Reeder spot.
Yeah.
He's also like another Huntington skater that we like looked up to. So all those things with that photo, like if I see that photo right now, like I'll think of all those things and that makes me happy. So
yeah.
I would say like that's probably one of my favorite photos.
I think that spot, I know Lucas Puig did something on it. I wonder if it's a switch frontside heel or if it's something else.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the trick he did? Yeah.
Yeah, he had a cover skating that spot.
Or maybe a switch heel something.
Yeah, that's the spot.
That rail looks pretty tall and yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe people can do flip tricks over that.
Yeah,
That's really, really impressive.
For sure. Let's see. This one is from Scotty Simmons. All right,
sick.
Let's see. He said, asked Tom about the time we got caught trying to make a spot in Buena Park / Anaheim behind the fabric store at this huge street bump. We got caught drilling holes in a cement wall, and the building manager thought we were construction workers at the wrong site. We got away with no consequences. Or ask him his favorite memory from a session we shared together, either surf, skate, or lurking.
Yeah, Scotty's really cool. He's like an OG Santa Ana skatepark skater. Yeah, I grew up skating with him. He's a little younger than me, but we feel like peers because he's kind of into the same skating and stuff. Yeah, he kind of answered these rails fell off this wall in Buena Park, and we were trying to screw them back onto this fabric store while the building was closed. But we look like insane construction workers. I had like all my tools. We were trying to make like this bump to wall rail skatable.
Okay.
And we were just drilling into a wall, and I think it was probably so loud that the person came out, and we were like shocked that they came out. And we were like, oh, we must be at the wrong job site. Like we just played stupid for so long, and eventually like she fell for it somehow. Instead of calling the cops, she was just like, I was like, is this the correct address? And she was like, no, this is not the right address. You need to take this stuff down. And we like took the stuff down, and she went inside. And as she went inside, we just like, I remember kind of like leaving some of the stuff there because it was just so sketchy. Like I think I had bought some drill bits. I just like left them, and we left, and we got like lunch. And I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. That was so sketchy.
Yeah.
That was kind of a close call. One of my favorite memories with Scotty is he was just like a weekend warrior. Like he had school and work, and then he was super into front 180 nose grinding hubbas. Like that was like this thing he had been really into and he was really good at. And I remember him being kind of scared of this one 12-star hubba that not very many people skated because it had bad roll up.
Okay.
And he 180 nose grinded is so good. And I remember just being like so proud and like hyped for him. Yeah, and then he was kind of part of our crew for a little, and then he went back to school, and now he scans people's brains at UCI, which is this crazy campus that has a bunch of skate spots. Like Kirchhart skated like everything there, and Kirchhart's Scotty's favorite skater, so it's kind of crazy. He literally scans people's brains at UCI Medical.
And he sees the epic spots every day. Yeah.
For sure, yeah. His story is really cool. Like that's a really crazy thing. So it's cool to hear from Scotty. It's been a minute.
All right, let's do this one. Let's see.
Tom, what's up? My question is, what's it take for you to walk away from a spot? And name at least 2 spots that you had to walk away from and why. Done.
I can't figure out who that is.
That was Ben Lee.
Oh, no way. That's cool. Fuck, dude, honestly, it takes a lot for me to walk away from a spot. It sounds crazy, but I'm 37. I've been filming in LA since I was like 15 or 14. So, like, I've been filming here for so long that I've pretty much seen and skated a lot of things. Like, that's a curse too. Like, I kind of know every trick that's been done at every spot since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So for me to be inspired and like feel fulfillment, I guess, with footage and like pushing myself and my skating, like to skate something these days, it has to be like really special to me. And usually that requires like rubric, clear coat, cutting something out that's like preventing anybody from skating it. Looking in places where like I've never looked, like on top of a building or alleys behind stuff I've never been behind. It's like it's really hard. It's almost more of a battle to like find something to skate
Then get the trick, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost, and that's part of my process too. I feel like if I find it and fix it and skate it, it's like a big circle of like fulfillment. So I'm pretty much not gonna walk away from like anything unless unless the spot got taken out. I've like studied people's movements at spots, how long they go, how many times security comes. I can't really think of stuff I've walked away from personally either. I think if I want to skate it, I'm gonna make it happen.
Like once you set a goal, you'll do whatever it takes. You'll wait however long it needs until you get it.
Yeah, that might be part of my like process or madness. Is like it's part of the battle is to like make the thing skatable. And what's funny is it's not even always for myself. Like recently, we did one for Spanky that was like it took like one whole day to make the spot skatable. Something that I found and I thought would be cool and I knew Kevin would like it. I like lockpicked the gate so we didn't have to hop and we could like bring tools in and whatever, and we like rub brick, clear coat, broke it in, fixed this thing, remove parking blocks. Like that was kind of like a recent crazy one. But I don't know, it takes a lot for me to not skate something. Even if the cops get called, like I'll just come back another day. If someone's there pissed, I'll just wait till they leave. It's kind of like a sick addiction, I guess, or something. It's like, and I think it kind of traces back to like liking all these crazy like crime movies and shit. It's like kind of like it's like a little heist. Like it's like a score. You get like the adrenaline from doing it. You get like the score at the end of it is getting the clip.
Yeah, for sure.
You have like how bank robbers or something have like the driver, and then there's like the person working the security systems. That's kind of like you get the photo, you get the filmer. There's a getaway car. I don't know. It kind of all feels a little bit like that sometimes.
No, for sure.
I can't think of off the top of my head one that hasn't worked yet. There's ones, another problem that I have though is there's ones where like I sit on it for like in my phone I have a little spot book, and I'm like, damn, this spot's from like 2018. Like I've sat on it for this long, and in 2018 I fixed part of it, so it's like it's time to go back and finish the job.
Yeah.
I have a lot of things like that where like it might be a curse, but I like sit on it for a long period of time.
Why do you think is it because you just some other shit gets in the way, or is there something that kind of makes you put it on the side for a second?
I think some spots take like an insane amount of effort, and then it's crazy because I don't know if you talk to like the only person that actually knows all this is like my wife, but like there's nights where I'm like, all right, I'm leaving, I'll be back in like 5 hours, like I need to like cut this rail out, but there's like it's at like a college and I'm like laying in a bush waiting for kids to like stop walking around, and then I go cut a little bit of it. Oh fuck, there's kids coming, hide for a little, cut a little bit of it. It's a tale as old as time in skating, but I think as people have done that forever, but as as skating advances and progresses and there's so many people skating, everybody's finding the ones that are like easy, like, oh, okay, like this is at like an empty abandoned business, you can cut this in the middle of the day. So like to get the special shit, you gotta go a little bit above and beyond. So like she knows like how gnarly it is. Like there's nights where I'm like gone, or which is so funny, it's like all for skating, like no one would know that, how crazy, like no one knows that it's that crazy. But those are like the gnarly ones, but no one really knows what it takes. But I feel like if you watch a video, like one of my video parts or even my friend's video parts, like I'm doing this for all of us.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's not a selfish endeavor. Yeah.
So every spot, no, I'm saying like almost every spot and like a lot of our videos have stories.
Yeah.
Crazy stories like this. It's like very rare in 2025 where you like show up and it's good to go. Just because I've skated in this area for so long, you know?
Yeah. And do you still, like if you, for example, if friends of yours call you and say, let's meet there to skate, whatever, let's go on this session. And do you still enjoy just skating, you know, whatever spot that's ready and
for sure.
No preparation whatsoever? Or do you really like to have this whole kind of preparation and need to work on the spot before it's actually skatable?
No, I enjoy it. Yeah, like if my friends are just skating and I'm not filming, I'm down to mess around like on some ledges or whatever. But for me to film a clip, it's like an insane, like
it has to be special.
It's like a heist. Yeah, it's like a bank heist or some shit. It's like crazy. Yeah, it's very rare where it's like, okay, like it's good to go. It's like usually, it's like. But that also sucks too, because you're not like some of our favorite skaters like Mark Gonzalez or something, like he just shows up and like, caveman dark slide, or like he just like everything's like spontaneous. I'm like the exact opposite of that. Like everything's like every spot's almost like, okay, like Saturday I want to do this, like I'm gonna make this happen.
But your video parts are really dope. I love them because of that, because you can see how much, you can imagine how much effort and energy goes into getting all those clips, like you said, like not just the tricks themselves, but like making these spots skatable and getting the trick within the short little window that you get to skate it before the security kicks you out. And and of course Gons is amazing as well. It's a completely other side of skating, but it's fine. I mean, I love both. They're both equally as interesting. So yeah.
Wow, thank you. But yeah, that's something I wish, I don't know how to explain it. Like that's another thing too, is like when you're on a weekend session, like Grant is like making those things happen for all the kids. Like Grant is like doing what I'm doing, a version of it for like Guy and Tanner and Nikolai. He's like fixing, these are like hard things that like are kind of unspoken of in skating. Like Grant's a big reason why a lot of LA skaters have spots, is like Grant is taking the time. And I don't think I'm biased for saying that. I just see how much work Grant puts into it, and it's nice that, you know, people see that too, I think.
Yeah, sure.
There's a lot of us that are like that. Like Ryan Lee that films for Converse, like he's doing a lot for his skaters, like
Louis Lopez and Mason
Silva.
Exactly.
Without people like Ryan and Grant, there's a lot of people like that, but those are just ones that are coming to my brain. Luke Murphy for Sci-Fi. There's a lot of people that are make skating so awesome, you know, like those are big reasons why some of your favorite skaters have things to skate. Are these people almost behind the scenes doing the grinding. Which is, I mean, I'm sure like in New York, like I'm sure Andrew Wilson's crews like that, like you could tell that they're like putting in the work, like Cyrus and all these dudes like finding and fixing shit. Like it's Joel in Miami, Joel Meinholz. So like I think when you're this deep in skating, like you can see like who's really doing it, you know. It's beautiful. They're kind of like, it's kind of like a thing that is kind of rarely talked about, how hard that side is. So like seeing people like Grant do it, there's kids around here like Chris and Pierce Brunner. They're two twins that film each other.
Right.
They're like next level as well. But I think that adds to like, you know, that time, the culture and the time period of skating that I think is gone, that I keep talking about with like old photos and old skating. Like it adds to like keeping that alive. Like those kinds of things keep that alive, which is beautiful. Yeah, Justin Reynolds, he's finding and fixing like a lot of stuff for him and his friends to skate. He's helped me out with spots and stuff. I think those kinds of having the skate industry realize those kinds of people are like very important, I think is like a big thing that's like not talked about too much.
Yeah.
Like sure, like there's talented skaters and shit and everybody's good and everybody can do that, but there's something about having an eye that you know, like, oh, if I film Kieran Caples skate how he skates at this spot correctly, it's gonna look awesome, which is something I'm sure Ryan Lee is good at. You know, he is good at it. Grant's really good at it. So I think there's something with that too.
Do you find most of the spots that you end up skating in your videos, do you find most of these spots yourself, or do you also rely kind of on Grant and maybe... No,
I'm just... it's kind of weird, but I feel like I'm like kind of alone in it, yeah.
Okay. You like doing it by yourself, I mean, in the sense that you like to find your own spots kind of and work on them and eventually film your clips on them with Matt or whoever and...
Yeah, I'll like look for them on my own kind of, and then I don't really know how it happens sometimes. Sometimes it's like something I've sat on for so long that I go back to, but usually I'm like looking for stuff on my own. Yeah, it's like very rare. It's very rare where, because Grant also lives and skates deep in LA, so I'm not always around on those sessions, and I've been filming with Matt and Spanky a lot for like a little project we're working on, and Spanky's like a dad and does art stuff for Baker, and Matt edits and works for Thrasher, and he's a dad too. So like when these dudes can skate, their like time's very valuable, you know? So I feel like with my time, I have a lot of things I'm doing too. Like I pretty much can't sit still, but like when I have time, I'm like looking for spots for like me, Matt, and Spanky, and trying to like make their time when everybody can skate the most productive.
Yeah.
And I think I have an eye for things that like Kevin wants to skate or a lot of my friends. So it just feels like natural at this point. It's not like, oh, I'm alone on a Tuesday. It's like, no, I'm down. Lately though, my friend Rob like has weekends off. So he's into like clothes and furniture and like old stuff. So like lately, I would say the last year of lurking, like when someone's gone on the weekend, like Matt, it can't skate or something, me and Rob will go to like a new city and we'll go to like a thrift store and then we'll go to like a bookstore and then I'll also hop into like every school or business. So he's kind of like my partner in crime a little bit. Like he doesn't really like care about skating, but he's down to like come with me. He'll be like, can we check out this like bookstore? So then we like go to the bookstore and then we go to a school and then we like go to the city hall, look for spots, and then we'll get like lunch and then I'll take like a really long way home. So he's kind of down to just roll, and he just likes driving around and like we just like talk shit in the car and like get into trouble and like look at random crap. I don't know. So it's kind of cool having him around. I would say like there's phases of like I'm alone and then I have Rob sometimes, and then sometimes it's like we're on a session skating and I'll like hop into like a random school on the way to the next spot and I'll be like, whoa, that's cool. So it happens a lot of ways, but the most productive are just like on a weekend when no one's filming, me and Rob will just like be out all day looking for spots and like looking at furniture and doing random crap.
Do you feel like these moments where you're like going to thrift stores or bookstores and doing all this kind of side stuff, does that fuel a bit your imagination and like inspiration?
For sure, yeah. It does. I don't even know how that works, but it does. Like we were into trying to find like, it's hard to explain, but there's little like really little mom and pop thrift shops in these like little old cities throughout LA and the Inland Empire. So me and Rob would be like, okay, we've never gone to like this thrift shop, like let's like go there. And then on our way there I'll find stuff. But yeah, like even when we go in the thrift shop, it's like, oh, whoa, like last time we did this, I found like a Talking Heads 8-track.
Oh, cool.
And I was like, damn, that's fucking sick. And I found like a 1950s mirror, like this cool old mirror.
Yeah.
So then I'm driving around with like our skateboards, a mirror, an 8-track. But I don't know why, but yeah, that does fuel inspiration to look and find spots. And then like at the end of the day, we'll be like, dude, that was sick. Like we both found cool stuff at the thrift store. And I found this like weird line that I could film next weekend.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I remember we were talking about it earlier, like the out there and the followed piece, like it kind of follows you for a day, like in going to like a market of some sort and go like buying VHS tapes and finding kind of random objects and stuff. And I can see how doing that will fuel your imagination, I guess, and not like being super focused on finding a spot or whatever, but just kind of exploring these other things can probably just plant seeds that eventually lead you to finding spots and
Yeah, you know what else it kind of does, I think, that's a little bit beautiful about that is like a lot of my friends don't skate or aren't into skating like I am anymore. So like I'm talking about like Rob or Eddie that goes to the flea markets with me that you saw in the video.
Yeah, right.
Like doing these things, like I guess without knowing inspires me with skating, but also it's like a cool way to like be with my friends that don't skate.
Yeah, sure.
That are like skate adjacent. Like they'll be like, still trying a trick today? Like that's crazy. Like you just woke up at like 6 a.m. and walked around the flea market. So like just like, I don't know, I think there's some inspiration with that too, like making time for my friends. Because when you're a little kid, this is a good one, but like when you're a little kid, you're like, oh, I don't really care about like my aunt's birthday. I want to go skate. Like you miss all these things in life that are like important. Mm-hmm. And I think now that I'm like older, I'm like, okay, I think like spending time with like Eddie and my parents and all this stuff like actually inspires me to skate even more. Like
definitely.
Yeah, my parents were able to move like closer to me in the last like 3 years. They were really far away for like most of my life.
Okay.
And my adult life or whatever, they were pretty far away. So now it's like I get to hang with my mom and dad like a lot, and it's crazy. Like I've like seriously become like best friends with my dad.
That's rad.
But I feel like sharing all this stuff with him, and like he also kind of knows like what it takes to film a trick, and like joking about like what tool should I use to take this knob off? I don't know, whatever. And he'll be like, did you find any spots today? Like, where are you going today? Because he was a construction worker for his whole life. So I'll be like, oh, I'm going to this building in like Sherman Oaks. And he'll be like, you're going all the way to Sherman Oaks for a spot? And I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, I don't know. All these things are like pretty inspiring to skating without, I guess I don't even think about it, but they are.
Well, speaking of that, I have a question from Michael Burnett. He said, who is on the Mount Rushmore of spot hounds?
Oh, wow. Okay. I think Chris and Pierce, Brunner.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Those kids will do, like, they're inspired by the past as well. They'll kind of do whatever it takes as well for them to get the clip they want. They're going to, like, treat it like a bank heist as well. They're going to do whatever it takes. They work, like, full-time jobs, so, like, it's just for, like, passion, which is, like, really beautiful. So I'd put them on there. Jordan Taylor was, like, the same way. He would do, like, whatever it took. He would look in, like, the craziest places by his house. He would find inspiration from, like, the weirdest things as well. He was really inspiring to be around. Chris and Pierce and Jordan. I think, like, Grant, too. The amount of things Grant makes skateable that he, like, does not get credit for, like, there's nowhere to get credit for, like, doing these things, but the amount of hot LA hotspots he's made is, like, crazy. He's a good one. I said Luke Murphy before, but, like, skating with Luke for, like, New Balance stuff was, like, crazy. Like, he made this video part with Frankie Villani for New Balance, Frankie Villani's Big Mess. There's something beautiful about a person like Luke, who's a big skate rat and like cares about the way the footage looks, it's almost cut from the cloth. It's like a different cloth, but cut from the same one that Jamie and Mike Gilbert are from, where they know like, okay, like this dude's going to like this spot and we're going to film it this way and it's going to be presented this way. Like Luke is very good at doing that. Like with Frankie, like that was like an amazing duo. Tom and Jacob, you know, there's a lot of people that Tom Knox and Jacob Harris.
Jacob Harris,
There's a lot of people where they know like, okay, like I'm going to, I mean, Jacob with like all his crew, it's not even just Tom, it's like Chris, like everybody, like he just knows how to showcase that correctly. But yeah, I think there's something special with that. Like there's this certain breed of filmer that like know, for some reason in skating, the filmer's responsibilities now are like, you show people spots, you like fix them. Luke and Grant are like really good at that. Like Ty Evans is probably like the reason that became a thing.
Yeah.
He's probably like the king of it. You know, the videos we grew up on probably wouldn't be what they were without him.
For sure.
Yeah, Greg Hunt for sure is one of them. Oh, no, the gnarliest one of all time might be Jason Hernandez.
Yeah.
Without him, I think LA skating would be just like, wouldn't be what it is. He told me personally that he would treat skating in LA with people like you're on a trip. Like you like come to my house, hop in my car, and I have you for the whole day. And that's how he made those like Transworld videos. But I think he should get a lot of credit. Like there's something beautiful about the filmer, skater. It's like a combo of like the skater's talent with the spots and ideas that the filmers have. But it's really beautiful when the skater has all of that, which is rare. That's one of the most rare things, I think. I would think like the best one of that must be like Jake Johnson or something. He like knows he wants to do this in New York City, and like Bill is gonna film it or something during Minefield, or I think he filmed with his friend Brengar at the time, maybe.
Okay.
But I think like those are like special circumstances. I would say Dick Rizzo probably. I feel like
he's amazing.
But I feel like, to me, I'm not an East Coast skater and I don't know like anything, but I feel like 90% of his footage, I'm like, I've never seen anybody skate this. Like, where between what buildings is this? You know, like, how did you find this? See, I think there's rare things where sometimes it's like, when it's like the skater has that eye and knows like, oh, okay, like this is going to be filmed cool. This is like worth it. I think it's like Jake Johnson. There's a lot of skaters that can do it, but those come to my head right now. But I think there's something too with like a Luke Murphy. Like if Sci-Fi didn't have Luke Murphy, the videos wouldn't be what they are. Like he's a crucial person.
For sure.
And I think they would be the first people to admit that too, you know?
Oh, yeah. I remember I just had Jerry on the show recently, and he did how do you say, like give flowers basically to Luke for his work, and he said he definitely made the video like
Tim Savage, dude. Yeah, like Tim has an entire crew, like Westgate, Brian Reed. Like Tim is literally doing what I do, like where he like drives around and takes photos of these spots, does insane spot fixing. And it's like, so Brian Reed could get like a sick 50-50, you know, like those are magical combinations in skating, you know? Tim, like whatever Tim, Luke, whatever that Grant, those people are all cut from like the same cloth. There's something special with that. That's crazy. It's crazy though how it's usually the filmer. Like I guess as I'm talking about it more, it's like very rare where it's the skaters like, I'm gonna like back 50 this, land in this thing, and then I know how it's gonna be filmed, it's gonna look cool. It's like, to know all that is really hard. So that's why it makes people like Grant, Tim, and Luke very special, you know?
No, for sure. I think most of the skaters definitely rely on the filmers for everything you just mentioned. Like they know they'll come up with some interesting spots, and they'll have an idea of what trick they can do there and how it should be filmed and everything. And some skaters like you have an overall vision of what they want to do and everything, and will look for their spots themselves. But I assume that's probably not the norm. Like maybe most skaters will tend to rely on the filmers or the team managers or whoever, you is in the backstage kind of, or we'll just count on these guys to figure that stuff for them.
Yeah, I think that also adds a little bit to like, that's why I think going on trips sometimes is a little hard for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because like I went to New York with Reynolds for like this little New Balance project we're working on. And I'm almost like completely clueless there, because you try to apply the way you skate to like a place like New York where a lot of people are kind of doing that. And I'm just like, I don't know ABDs. I don't even know if this is like, it could be crazy to skate this because like a legend skated it and you're like doing something similar, and then I'm completely clueless to it. So it's like, it's almost hard to skate on trips sometimes where I'm like, at a place like New York, I felt that gnarly where I'm like, there's so much history like in LA.
Yeah, exactly. It's difficult. Yeah.
I feel that a little bit in like a place like Barcelona too, where I'm just like, damn, did Kenny Reed like ollie this shit? Is this like this is gotta be like an iconic Kenny Reed clip.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like been so long where I'm like, I'm not sure. Like, am I making that up? I need to do some more research. I don't know. There's like little things like that. So yeah, that's why like, I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting going on trips.
No, I'm sure. Yeah. Especially in a place like New York, like you said, because there's just so much history there. And if you film a clip somewhere and it ends up being like close to a clip someone filmed in 1995 or something, like you're going to get a lot of shit for it. Or I'm sure it's difficult to navigate, when you're on trips.
Yeah, I'm sure people feel that way about LA. Like they have to feel that way about LA.
For sure. All right. I have this one from Matt Payne. He asked a couple things. He said, I've seen you go down some deep rabbit holes to learn some offbeat skills on YouTube, from picking locks to sawing metal off of things. What is the craziest skill you've learned via YouTube to make a spot skatable or filmable? Is there a hectic story where you've had something sketchy or dangerous happen as a result of trying to find a new spot or make an idea happen that involved said DIY skill?
I mean, I learned a lot of stuff on YouTube, like plumbing and tiling and construction, but that's for my house.
Yeah.
Electrical, like, it's honestly insane. Car stuff too, like buying the old car and like fixing it, all the little problems. But for skating, no, I kind of just like wing. Everything that I have to fix is usually like unique. You know what the cool thing too about fixing shit is? Or making stuff skatable, I love when I'm able to like put everything back. Like that's kind of like a cool, there's some art in that too, like making it almost look like you were never there. Back to a bank heist. Yeah, there's something beautiful in that, but no, I haven't really learned anything off of YouTube to like to be like sketchier, fixing stuff or opening gates. I learned how to, I guess it's so random, but this isn't really off YouTube, but I needed to open these doors to skate a spot once, and I noticed that there's like a lock picking Instagram. Mm-hmm. It's called Your Locks Don't Work.
Okay.
And I remember DMing them and being like, hey, like this sounds so sketchy, but I'm just a skater and I need to like open these doors for roll up. Can you help me open the doors? And the dude became like such fast friends, and he's like, if you ever need any help opening any doors, like let me know. So then
incredible.
Your Locks Don't Work started following me on IG, so I would hit them up with like certain doors, like how would I get this open for roll up? But that Instagram taught me a cool way to open push doors.
Are you talking about that clip? I think I was watching, you did, I think it was on the 9 Club you did with Matt Bublitz a little while back. Like you talked about this clip. You did a nose slide / nose blend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. No, it's not. That one was just like sketchy. This one was like to get roll up. I put like this metal shim thing through this door to like push it open from the inside. But your locks don't work, like taught me how to do that.
Okay.
But that was kind of one thing that was like, you feel fucking crazy doing that. And you're like, dude, this is insane. It's just to get a clip, but you look like insane doing it.
Yeah.
That's probably one of them. I've come up with a couple techniques to open gates too to the front of schools. The way they're locked, if you use your board, if you use your nose, if you take your nose and a couple of your friends' noses and you put them under doors, you can lift a door up over the hinge. It's it's like a thing. Almost all LA schools like don't know about it or prevent it, but like I can almost open every gate if I had like 3 people's boards. But that's kind of one I've learned over time.
Yeah.
But no, nothing over the internet too sketchy. Just your locks don't work on Instagram have helped me.
All right. I have a couple other ones from Matt. He said, also, what is the coolest thing you've learned on YouTube, non-skating, that people might not know you know how to do or make?
Non-skating. Gnarly one off YouTube is, this is so unrelatable to a lot of people, but it's like a huge thing in where I live. If you have grass at your house or plants, if you have a hose and you water everything, you're usually like using too much water and you're over watering things. So I, off of YouTube, learned how to build pretty much a sprinkler system, and I connected it all to these timers and stuff. So I have like one day I like dug up my entire lawn and put an entire sprinkler system, but it's like kind of crazy telling, I don't know, my friends like, oh, I can't skate today. I'm like doing I'm digging sprinklers. Like it sounds like crazy kind of, but that was like a cool thing is like putting all my sprinklers on a timer, making sure that it gets watered correctly. A big one too lately is like I got into gardening a little bit because I don't know, I want my house to look cool. So I was like going to this nursery which is so crazy. I was going to this nursery, which was so crazy. And eventually the dude that owns the nursery picked up on I was a skateboarder. And he was like, you know Rick Howard? I'm Rick Howard's landscaper. And I was like, dude, no way. That's like legendary. So, like, again, like all these random other things, but like skating somehow seems to make its way in it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was crazy. Learning how to do sprinklers was insane. That's a crazy one. I did like the siding on my house, laying bricks, all the tiling. I think what Matt might be talking about is like I have like my house just had like a concrete slab, and I was like, oh, I really need like a deck here. Like I want a deck to like hang out and chill at. So like one day I was just like, oh, well, I guess I'm like learning how to build a deck correctly. So it doesn't rot over time and I don't have to maintain it too crazy. So then one day I'm just like $1,300 in like building this deck.
Wow.
That's kind of like one where a lot of people could figure out, but like that's kind of one. Moving electrical things in the house is kind of gnarly.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I think he's talking about all those things. Like some problem will come up and I'll be like, fuck, I don't have like that much money. I'm just like gonna learn how to do it instead of like paying somebody to do it. And there's a lot of times where you can't do that, but there's a lot of things with like house shit where you can do it. Because most of it's just labor. So yeah, I think that's what Matt's talking about. Yeah, but yeah, sprinklers is gnarly.
He asked the last thing. He said, from lurking underground tunnels beneath schools to finding spots in the background of cult 80s movie scenes, what is the wildest skate idea you've gotten from watching a film?
Kind of in the crazy one last year was I got super into dude, I mean this is like really kind of long, but I heard that UCI, the Kirchart school, when they built it, they like built it after there was like a shooting in Cleveland, Ohio at Kent State in like the 60s, I believe. And people were protesting in the middle of the school. So police and whatever, like military, were able to get on top of the school as like a vantage point to like be able to control the crowd. So somebody told me that UCI was kind of built the same, and it kind of makes sense. And from researching if UCI was built to do that, I learned that there were like tunnels underneath the school. All the colleges have tunnels. UCLA has crazy ones. UCLA is the sight unseen handrail that Kirchart tail slides to straight.
Right, yeah.
There's a lot of spots there, but that school has one of the most intricate tunnels, but UCI also has tunnels. So I learned about the UCI tunnels, and I was like, that's a school I grew up skating, and there's a lot of skate history there. I want to like find these tunnels. So one night I found them, and I convinced Justin Reynolds to go in the tunnels with me.
Okay.
And we got to like the entrance and we just like kept walking, and as you would walk through the tunnels, I saw like graffiti from like 1980. Like it just got like older and older, and then eventually the tunnels underneath UCI spit you out right in the middle, where like if there was like, let's just say there was crazy protesting, I guess like the police, you could use the tunnels if you were the police to like pop up and be in the center of the protests.
Right. Okay.
But I don't know, I kind of was like, dude, that's crazy. Like you could literally pop up and like look, if you pop up out of the tunnel, out of the sewer lid of the tunnel, you would look like directly at the rail Leo 5-0'd in First Love with the little kink on it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's like a giant red rail. You would like look, you would be looking like right at it. So I think that's what Payne's talking about, is like, yeah, I got this like fascination with tunnels.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a real thing. There's a tunnel under UCI, and if you go in it, you could pop up in the middle of the school.
Do you know why they built these tunnels? Like, is it for the police to access?
Yeah,
like you said,
no. So I started hearing if like stuff goes down, you could like the classrooms and stuff, people could use them to get out of the school.
Okay.
You would like access the tunnels to get out, like a teacher or whatever could like. But I don't know how true that is.
Okay. And you can access them like even if you're not.
You have to like bulk cut stuff and like unlock stuff. So it's kind of hard to do it, but you can. The UCLA ones are like proper. There's also tunnels under downtown LA, like under the city of the downtown area of Los Angeles, between the courthouses and stuff. There's crazy tunnels under there that are like, they're semi-truck sized and they're like giant and metallic, but they have crazy hallways there that go for miles. I've been in those ones too. Those are cool.
I have a few questions about films. I know you're a big film guy, and let's see. This one is from Shintaro Hongo, another weekend teammate. He said, "What is your favorite Japanese movie?"
Oh shit. Huh. I mean, it's kind of basic, but I think it's Japanese. It takes place in Japan, but probably Akira. I mean, just that OG style of people in the 80s kind of animating by hand each frame, and Tokyo looking like very neon in it. I feel like that's like a super basic one. Probably that, yeah. Probably Akira off the top of my head. That's so basic, but
no, that works. Yeah,
it is. Very cool movie. That might be the main one. Yeah.
Do you watch a lot of? I mean, I know you're a big like 90s and 80s film enthusiast or connoisseur, but like, do you watch kind of a bit of everything? Like, do you watch also like really old movies or like more recent ones from maybe the countries from the US or North America? Like, do you pay attention to movies in general, or do you have kind of just areas of films that you really
I guess like certain areas, like I just watched One Battle After Another.
New
PTA movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
How did you enjoy that one?
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was like, the acting's insane. Like Leo and Benicio killed it.
Sean Penn.
Yeah, Sean Penn killed it. But I think like There Will Be Blood will always be his best movie, maybe. Something about just like, I know like Paul Dano is amazing, but like Daniel Day-Lewis in that film is insane. I try to watch like most things. I think I like a weird one that I'm into, but I'm into it for like maybe the wrong reasons, is there's like this insane horror movie called Terrifier. There's like 3 movies. There's a 4th one coming. The movies are like gnarly, like they're so gross, and like I could barely watch them, but for some reason I love giving the director and the people that made it like my money.
Okay. If
you look into their story, the story behind making that movie is like insane. It's anti everything that we're used to in making movies. They did it on their own. He stayed true to like using the same actors he had. He didn't want like a big studio to buy it and recast it. It's like a crazy movie though. Like I don't no one should watch it because it's so gnarly, but just it's beautiful that like a person that he was delivering flowers at the time. He was a flower delivery driver.
Okay.
I like read his whole story, but he just really wanted to make this movie, and he self-funded it, and then it blew up, and now he's like killing it, and they're on to like the fourth one, and he's made a new horror villain named like Art the Clown. But it's like it's just cool that like in 2025 you could create like a new villain and you can like self-make a movie that I think the story is like he made the first movie off of $100,000 and he turned it into like 3 or 4 million. And then by the second one, he made $1 million into like 20 million. And then by like third one, the budget was like nothing. And he like made like so much money, and the studios were like, what is the formula? Like, how did you do that? How did you do this? We want to buy this movie and recast it and have you remake it with like a crazy budget. And he wouldn't do it. So he got offers from like every studio, but he like wouldn't do it. And they started like using like the Screen Actors Guild and all these things to try to sabotage the movies, like so that he couldn't get them made. His story is crazy. I think his name's Damien Leone, the director of those movies, but that's kind of one recent thing where I'm like, I was never like a huge horror movie guy, but these are like gnarly horror movies. Like a girl's getting ripped apart with a chainsaw, but it like looks real.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they're gnarly, but there's something beautiful about like a person being able to do that on their own and say no to the big studios. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something about that. I never really saw myself as like a gnarly horror guy, but I'm like hyped. I want to see this guy win.
Succeed.
Yeah. So I kind of love that angle to it. And yeah, I like new movies. Like anything Nolan makes is sick. But yeah, a lot of my stuff for some reason is like stuck in like 1980 and 1990. And like right at 2000, like Matrix and stuff, like right around that time period. Everything like after is kind of bad, I think. But movies come, like PTA movies are like amazing. Early Wes Anderson. I don't know. There's like a lot of things, but yeah, I stick to like these shitty 80s movies for some reason. They just like resonate. They're not all shitty, but like John Hughes too, portraying like teenagers in the 80s correctly. I feel like, I don't know, that's cool. It's almost how like, I don't know, it's almost similar to skating or something. Like in the 2000s, like, oh, you had to learn how to front feeble a 12 rail. But like nowadays we're shown like, oh, curb skating and doing whatever and having fun is like important just as well. So it's kind of cool. Like there's some John Hughes thing there with like he was able to show like relatability with like teenagers in the 80s, and like in today's skating, like people are enjoying watching people skate curbs. There's something cool with that. It doesn't have to be like
super gnarly.
Yeah, there is that side of the spectrum, but it's cool that like everything exists, and it's cool, like, I don't know. I think maybe that's why I resonate with 80s movies. They're like, some of the stuff's like a lot more relatable, and I don't know.
No, for sure, I understand. And there's also, I think you're from 88, right? You were born in 88? Yeah, I'm from 87, so maybe there's just this nostalgia from an era where we were growing up and we were kids, and these movies were coming out as we were like really small, and there's just probably some sort of nostalgia linked to that as well. But,
last night I was watching Pretty in Pink, and Harry Dean Stanton is the dad in the movie, and something about him being a dad is like so, I don't know. He plays being a dad like so correctly, where I feel like in today's movies, even a role like that, he I don't know, he like nailed it. Like just watching that movie like made me laugh and like reminded me of like this fucking dude. He's like my dad or something. He's like the same kind of vibe. I don't know. They just nail it with things like that.
We're going to stay on topic of movies for a minute. Let's do this next one.
Tommy Guns. What's up? It's your boy, Jaime Owens, here with a question for you. If you had 30 minutes to interview one of these two movie directors and you could only choose one, which one would it be? Michael Mann or John Carpenter? Have fun with that one. Thanks, bud. And thank you, Quentin. Bye.
Tough question.
I feel like it's I don't know why it's kind of easy. I think I would interview Michael Mann because he kind of changed, like, I feel like he showed LA on film, which it's like very relatable to me, but he showed it in like a way where, like, when you see Michael Mann's LA, something about the way you see the street lights or downtown LA at night, he like showed that very correctly, but I don't really know like how he showed that correctly, and I can't even tell. Even in the movie Thief, it takes place in Chicago, but he shows the first 10 minutes of the movie are like insane, like the atmosphere that he's able to bring. And I just like, I want to know like what inspires that, like how does he nail that so correctly? And I know he must have hyper fixated on like nailing that perfectly, how like we fixate on spots or something. Like he wanted it to be like, you know, filmed correctly, shot correctly, look correct, fulfill this feeling of this is the shot I want. Yeah, I think I would interview Michael Mann, and like I would have like actual real crazy questions for him.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
Where like with John Carpenter, I would have cool questions, but it would be like very surface level. I actually I came up with some questions, and I asked Ian at Jenkum because they did a thing with Werner Herzog once.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I was like, hey, I have like all these cool things we could tie in with skating and John Carpenter, and I made like I made a list, and they reached out to John Carpenter, and they didn't want to do it, but it was like
not too bad. Yeah.
I don't know, it was pretty close to like happening.
Oh, that would have been amazing, yeah.
But I thought that would be a cool Jenkum thing because they already did one with like Warner, so like.
I was kind of hoping they would do more of these. When I saw that one coming out with Werner Herzog, I was like, oh, this is dope. Like, I hope they do more movie directors like this. That's an awesome idea.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think, that would be cool to, like, interview Michael Mann. I'd be as, like, another layer of, like, my fascination with LA. That'd be cool to talk to him.
Yeah, I would love to listen to that. That would be interesting, for sure.
Good question.
What do you think of him? I know he's working on a sequel to Heat, right? Is he working on Heat 2?
Yeah, he wrote the book. It's like a prequel and a sequel. It jumps like back and forth. Yeah, I think that I see on Instagram all the time that like fake rumors of people casting for it. But I think like, imagine if you're an actor or an agent these days, like I think a pretty big person's going to get that role because you're following in the footsteps of like two of the best actors ever. So like I'm sure everybody's going to want to play the young and the old, De Niro and Pacino.
Yeah.
Neil and Hannah.
Another movie question. Let's see. I think you mentioned this guy a couple times.
What's the significance of the film Blade Runner in your life?
Wait, who is that?
That was Justin Reynolds.
Oh, my dog. Fuck, man, that movie's crazy. There's a lot of significance. It's like a dystopian Los Angeles in the future. It's just like the vibe of it, the way it makes me feel.
Music is amazing, yeah.
Yeah, Evangelist killed it. That movie's just so special. It's like based off the book, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? I don't know. It's like that was just a special movie in like a time period of becoming who I am and finding these things at like a young age and seeing like something portrayed so magically and like done correctly, and later on learning that there's like a lot of problems making it, and it I think flopped, but then is now a cult classic. I don't know. There's a lot of cool things about that movie. Just the atmosphere, I feel like, I don't know, it's almost like I'm talking about, again, like looking at old photos or footage of things I like. It almost doesn't exist anymore. Like, a movie like that can never come out again. There's a few movies like that, and that's, like, one of them. And, Ridley Scott just, like, becoming who he is, and, like, I don't know. It's just a special movie, and I feel like, I don't know, I think about it a lot. I look at it, like, every day. I have stuff about it everywhere. Frank Lloyd Wright's house, one of the Frank Lloyd Wright houses, famous architect, they used one of his houses in the movie. There's just so much cool like LA lore. So I don't know, it's just a cool movie, and it like makes me happy, and I like look at Blade Runner things like every day throughout my house.
Do you remember the first time you ever watched it? Were you like a teenager or younger?
Yeah, I was like 13 or 12 or something, and I just remember like my dad would always rent like weird movies there was a video store by our house, and he'd like let me pick movies out, and I would just pick stuff based off the cover.
Oh yeah,
and
awesome.
Yeah, and he was really cool. He would like let me watch anything, like even though I probably shouldn't have, but I just remember like the opening shot of Blade Runner is just like this dystopian like LA, and it kind of looks like this area of LA called Wilmington, these smoke factories and shit, and I don't know, just like seeing that makes me happy and like reminds me of that time period. Yeah, I don't know, just like little things like that. It's like this one's kind of weird too, but I get similar feelings when I put on, there's like a few movies I put on where I can get that feeling. Similar how like somebody would look at like old photos or old footage or something for like inspiration. It's like my daily inspirations, like seeing like a cool, like my friend 3D printed me like a tile from the house that I'm talking about.
Okay.
There's these crazy concrete tiles in this Frank Lloyd Wright house, and he like printed me on his 3D printer like one of the tiles.
Oh wow.
And it's like on a shelf in my house, and I'm like even that, like every day, oh, the Frank Lloyd Wright tile, like that just like makes me happy. And then it might add to that, like, you know, whether I know it or not, inspiration to skate, like somehow. Yeah, so yeah, it's a very special movie.
What other movies are kind of in that category for you, like things you go back to very regularly that create that kind of same feeling or something equivalent?
I mean, switching movies to genres very quickly, but like the first Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, like the way they show, like there's something about like a dark and wet like New York that seems like magical, and like back then they probably had like fluorescent light bulbs, so they like the city light would like reflect off the wet ground, all cool looking, you know. Like during high school, like there was a lot of John Cusack movies that did that to me, like
oh yeah,
like Grosse Pointe Blank, for some reason, this like hitman movie that he's in, he like goes back to his high school reunion, but like the high school looks so like high school. John Hughes movies do that, obviously. I don't know, there's a lot of movies that make me feel that way, but Blade Runner, for some reason, just like that, like neo-noir, dark city, it just reminds me of like Tokyo as well, like, kind of walking around Tokyo at night. Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, I just like that vibe. It makes me like happy for some reason. I'm not sure why.
What did you think of the newer one? I guess it's this
2049.
Yeah, the one with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, I mean,
came
it's
out
rad.
A few years ago. Did you enjoy that one?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's rad. A lot of cool, like, I think they're trying to take a little from the old movie and like doing things like without CGI and correctly. Cool shots with like, there's this Jared Leto is like the main
villain.
Yeah, the main villain, and there's this one scene where they like light this room with reflection of water. People try to replicate it on YouTube and like learn how to do it, but there's little things like that where I'm like, damn, that's like taking from like the old movie a little bit, like trying to do new techniques to give this neo-noir look. Yeah, so I like the new one. It's cool, yeah. Mm-hmm. But again, the original.
yeah. I mean, yeah. It's
goddamn nostalgia.
Yeah. I have this one from Ed Templeton. He said, ask him what his favorite film is, and has that film affected his life in any way or manifested itself into how he makes his videos? And we've been kind of talking about all that for the last half hour, more or less. But would you say Blade Runner is like the ultimate favorite movie, or is there another one maybe in a completely different style, or what comes to mind?
Yeah, I think like I always seem to go back to that one. I think I always seem to. Yeah, Blade Runner is my favorite movie. It for some reason just. I don't know if it's manifested itself. Like I'm not like Deckard. I'm not Harrison Ford looking for robots.
Replicants.
Yeah, replicants. I'm like I'm just like a dude looking for skate spots. No, I don't know. Yeah, I think like Blade Runner stays up there always. Like I think Heat is up there.
Yeah.
It's funny, it's something about like there's this weird like love of LA of like in film, even though LA like just like I remember my dad like working in downtown LA when I was a little kid, and like showing me marble and all the things he would put at his construction sites. And my dad has worked on like some of the most famous like buildings in LA, and to know like I skate those buildings, or like there's some connection with nostalgia. So I think that they manifest themselves in like a nostalgic way. Like as I'm driving through LA, I think of like my parents, and I think of like my dad coming here for work. And yeah, I don't know, not Die Hard with Nakatomi Plaza, like in Century City.
Oh, yeah.
I just went there and took a photo in front of it with my dad. Just like little things like LA just remind me of my dad and my family. So it's just cool to, I don't know, be inspired by these movies. I don't know if they've manifested themselves, but yeah, I'd say like Heat and Blade Runner stay up there. I have phases though, you know, like I have like an insane Jackie Chan phase. They all come and go, you know. Yeah, like Jackie Chan doing his own stunts is kind of like, and like finding the stunts is like us looking for our spots and like making them work.
Definitely, yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just kind of inspired by like, it just always changes, but those two movies have always stayed like in my brain.
Yeah, made the biggest impact, or
Yeah, those two.
Okay, let's see. From Matt Bublitz. Obviously, I needed to get one from him. So he said, so you're definitely not shy of sneaking around, cutting knobs, and doing generally sketchy stuff. Has the law ever caught up with you, or have you had any close calls? Has a detective ever reached out to your wife?
Ah, shit. Yeah, dude. That was that week was insane, actually. All right, I'm gonna name drop a lot, but I feel like it's kooky.
Please
to
do.
All right. It's kind of, I feel weird talking about it. Okay, so through, I guess, like just being a skater from this area, you just meet other skaters, even like legends. So like I've become friends with Jeff Rowley.
Yep.
Jeff Rowley, and I always bug him about like old skate shit. And one day he's like, hey, I pulled out this book of photos. I like ripped out, or I have all these like original photos, like Daniel Sturt would like print them and like let me keep them. And there's a rumor that like Sturt burned his negatives.
Oh, really?
So anytime you have a Sturt photo, it's like an original. There aren't any more left. And then he's like, I have the book out. Do you want to come over and look at it? And then Jeff lives in like a kind of far from me in a weird area. So I drove over there, and as I'm driving, I get off the exit and I'm like in the mountains, and I'm like looking at this school, and I'm like, dude, there's a handrail on the roof like of this school, which is like something you never see. Like there's banks all along this roof and a handrail. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Jeff lives right up the street. He must have seen it. So then I go to Jeff's house and he shows me these Sturt photos, and I'm like tripping on them, and we're just like going through. We end up going through like boxes of old flip stuff, and he's like, this is the board I grinded staples on, and I'm just like tripping and holding it. And then I'm like, oh, by the way, have you seen like the school with the handrail on the roof? He's like, no, I don't know what you're talking about, but I've been in like all these schools around here. So then I'm like, fuck, all right. So then the weekend comes, and me and Rob are driving around looking for spots. Mm-hmm. And I forgot what else we did that weekend. And I'm like, dude, when I was at Jeff's, like there's this school with a handrail on the roof. So the roof is big, but I noticed there's like a drain for water to come out. And I'm like, dude, Rob, I think if I can like climb the drain, I can get on the roof and like look at this handrail. So then Rob's just chilling in the school, and I climb this huge pipe like on the side of this building to get to like the third level of the school. Mm-hmm. And when I get to the third level, I'm like looking at the handrail, and there's like kind of roll up and banks and a handrail on the roof, and it looks insane. And then I'm like, damn, this like looks kind of weird. There's like a crazy camera on the handrail, and I don't think anything of it. And I'm just like, it's probably like nothing. I don't know if I could skate it. So I climbed down without thinking, and I parked kind of far away. And then the next day I fly to Boston for a Reynolds trip for like this video that I'm telling you about.
Yep.
And then Reynolds rents a minivan because we didn't have like a TM. So it was like me and Andrew driving a minivan around Boston to go skate. It was really sick. Oh, yeah. So I had a minivan, and then the next day I've been bugging Jerry Fowler. Oh, can I meet up with you? Like I want to like catch up. because he's like grew up in OC but lives in Massachusetts. So I'm
Yeah,
like, I have a minivan. I can meet you wherever.
Mm-hmm.
So then he's like, yeah, tomorrow night at this bar, like meet me at this bar when I'm off work. So I was like, okay, sick. So then I wake up the next day, me and Reynolds skate. I'm like, Andrew, I'll drop you off at the hotel. Can I use the van? And he's like, for sure. So I use the van, and I get this kid that films for New Balance, Tyler Wilcox, to come with me to meet Jerry Fowler.
Yep.
And on the way there, I remember this skater from Boston named Connor Knoll. He skates for like Theories.
Okay.
Really sick skater. He owns a store where he develops film in Super 8. He like processes it and he frames shit. And he just had opened it, and I realized like, oh, that'd be sick to like, he has a cool IG for it too. So he like posts on it, and I'm like, I kind of want to like stop on the way to like meet Jerry Fowler to Instagram Connor Knoll's store.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, it's like pissing rain, and we go to Salem, Massachusetts to look at the Hocus Pocus. Like Hocus Pocus is like this witch movie from the 90s.
Okay.
I want to look at like the Hocus Pocus house and a couple other things. So then we go do that, and then it's like midnight. We go to Connor's store. He doesn't know that I went there, and I was like, fuck, I want to take like a funny photo at it. So I climb on his roof, and I stand on his roof and take a photo of it. And then I'm driving to meet Jerry, and I post Connor's store, and like, I guess like the people that own the land that the store is on saw me on the roof, so they called the cops. So
no way. Okay.
So then the cops come to Connor's store. Connor DMs me like, dude, the fucking police went there because they thought somebody was breaking in.
Oh,
and I was like,
okay.
oh, my bad. I'm just trying to show some love for the store, whatever. And then I meet up with Jerry, and we talk about skating or whatever. And then I go back to the hotel. It's like 2 a.m. or something in Boston, and my wife calls me, and she's like at a work event, and she's like, dude, the cops just called me like looking for you. They said you were on a roof in a school in like Orange County. And I was like, fuck.
Should I be worried?
I was like, don't ever pick up again if they call. Don't ever pick up again, and don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
So then she's like at this work event, and she's like on the phone with the cops, and I'm like, dude, I'm like 37, fucking being the sketchiest dude ever. And then the next morning I like tell Reynolds, I'm like, dude, the cops called Cristina. The cops came last night because I was on top of Connor's store. Just like, dude, I'm like the sketchiest. And then the cops kept trying to call me, but I would just like, send them to voicemail or whatever, and they stopped calling me.
Okay, they let it go.
Yeah, so I think I'm good because
Yeah.
I don't know. I just climbed this roof, which was like whatever.
Yeah. No, you were not doing anything wrong, or
I mean, kind of. I guess just trespassing, but like,
but
yeah, Cristina
no
to get
intentions.
that. Yeah, Cristina to get that phone call. I was just like, fuck. It's like forever a joke now.
How did they try calling you and then they tried her? Like, how? I'm wondering, why did they try to reach her?
I think they would call me, but I would just like, at the time I would like ignore their calls, and then eventually they called Cristina somehow, and then they got through to her, and then she picked up.
And she kind of played dumb, saying like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. And
she played dumb and then called me, and then eventually the cops would leave me voicemails, but then I was like, I'm never gonna call them back, because if they really wanted, they would just like come get me, maybe.
Well, I don't know, for sure.
So then that just became a joke.
How long ago was all this?
This year, like 8 months ago, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's been enough. It's been long enough. Like, there's no. They would have tracked you down if they really wanted to question you, or
Yeah, but that shit was funny. And I felt a little stupid for that one.
I actually have a question from Cristina, and she said, "Should I be expecting another call from a police officer anytime soon?"
Honestly, yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Who knows?
No, I always tell her as like a joke, but it's like half truth. I'm like, all right, if you answer the door and it's the cops, tell them I'm not here. That's like a little joke that I have.
You don't know who I am.
Yeah, I always tell her that as a joke. But yeah, no, that's kind of a close call. Yeah, it's like the cops calling your wife. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know about embarrassing, but it's, yeah, you don't want her to be bothered with stuff that you're doing, of course. Like, yeah, she doesn't need to worry
And she
about
has like
that.
she has like this proper job too, so it's like she's just like at this work thing getting phone calls from the cops about me.
That's funny.
Fuck.
All right, this one's from Rob Taro.
Oh, sick.
He said, when I visited you in LA a while back, those 2 weeks were filled with unforgettable moments every day. You also blew my mind with the Spitfire that spits fire idea. The creative and thinking side of things is what really fuels me, and I especially feel that through your skateboarding. I was wondering if you've been working on any new crazy ideas lately, or if there are any updates with the house.
Oh shit. Yeah, see, everybody knows like
About your crazy home renovation skills?
I just think like when I get into something, I just like want to do it proper, so I don't have to ever do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like messing around with like this Spitfire wheel, like putting shit in my wheels to make them spit fire, and
wow.
It was like a fun thing I was like obsessed with. And I had like Lance Mountain and Ray Barbie skate the wheel when Rob was here, and I think Rob was just like tripping like.
Yeah.
Which, like, I'm tripping on that, too. But, I mean, he's, like, my guest from Japan, and he's probably just like, what the fuck? Like, LA's insane.
Yeah, see these legends hanging
yeah,
together.
And he was here when the sprinklers were all dug up. I just, like, finished them.
Okay.
But, yeah, no, it's kind of a little old now, but I went to Taiwan to make this grip tape commercial. But there's a funny... There's, like, a skit to it, like a skit part. But I was working on that. Like, you'll see that. It comes out in, like, January or February.
Okay.
But that's some new thing where it was, like, a mission to do this, like, idea that involves, like, LA to Taiwan. But that's kind of like what Rob's talking about, I think, like, little creative videos like that. That's kind of a big one. And then I'm finishing filming this part with Spanky. It's, like, we're doing a shared part.
Awesome.
That's kind of, like, a big one, too, because... there's little moments of it that will feel different than like a normal skate video.
Sick. Is it for a brand or is it for just...
No, it's just for Thrasher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
So it'll be like a shared part with that, and then we have photos and everything.
Looking forward to that, yeah.
Thank you, yeah. So I think that's what Rob's like talking about. It's just like I'm always kind of like trying to do something to feel that, feeling of creativity.
Yeah. When is that part with Spanky coming out? Do you know?
Yeah, I think like February or March.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like almost done.
Okay. We did talk about this quite a bit, but I have a question from Alia Huffman.
Oh, sick.
Who used to work at Weekend, right? I think she left not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she kind of like did everything at Weekend, like cut
right.
and sew. Like if I wanted like glitter on my skateboard, she would like make it happen. If I wanted like anything, she was like the one to go to. Yeah, she works for Adidas now.
Oh, cool. Yeah, good for her. She said, Tom has been building furniture and things recently. Ask him if he built any new furniture pieces for his parents.
Oh my God. That's a funny story. She was around me when my parents went on they're getting older now, and they're from Serbia and Macedonia, and they went back to like visit family. And when they were gone, I like literally like rebuilt their whole apartment, like coffee table.
Oh, wow.
I like framed a bunch of photos, built a coffee table, built like side tables. I built a shoe rack.
How long were they gone for?
They were gone for 2.5 months. So
wow,
like
okay, wow.
Quite
a long time. Okay.
Yeah, so I feel like they just came home to like a brand new apartment.
That's incredible.
But that was like a little phase too, like how I had sprinklers and whatever in the house, tiling. There was like my parents' apartment phase. Like I'd be like, okay, Tuesday afternoon, I'm gonna like work on their shoe rack. But yeah, that's kind of always a little ongoing thing. Like I just helped my mom. I made her a little bookshelf. I just like put that in before I talked to you. I just like brought that to their place this morning. But yeah, no, not too many new projects.
Were you there when they came home after the 2.5 month trip? They must have been tripping, like checking out the apartment.
Yeah, my mom like freaked out. She like kept noticing like little things. Like she'd be like, and the side tables and the rug and like this and that. It was like really cool. It was like one of those episodes where like you get a new house.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Like a version of that.
Okay, this one is from Dan Stolling. He said, Tom has been on the New Balance team since its conception, so he's seen the team change more than almost anyone. So that could be something cool to ask him about, seeing how New Balance has grown and changed from being the underdog in skating to being one of the best-selling skate shoe brands in the industry.
Whoa. Yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, like Arto and Dylan and Ryan Allen like gave me Gravis shoes.
Yeah,
and when that went out, Arto and Russell were like, dude, we're going to do this thing for New Balance, so you should do it too. And it sounds really funny, but it was really scary to wear like New Balances to the skate park when it first started, because like you didn't really know how people would react to it. And it's funny to like remember that time period, and now it's like
see where it's at.
I think a lot of credit goes to the brand manager, Seb Palmer. He like had crazy trust in everybody, but like he believed in me and like gave me a really sick opportunity. And I don't know, he did a really good job. There's this thing like without it being like really spoken about, but if you like pay attention to how people get on New Balance, it's usually like somebody's friends with somebody, or there's like a connection. It's not really just like, hey, we need the best like ledge skater in the world, let's get this guy. There's like, if you look at it since the beginning, it was like in pairs it would happen, and then nowadays it happens more like singular. But like when it was starting to like brand itself, it would like move in pairs, and then it would move in like moves that made sense. Like there's been a lot of people I remember kind of hearing like, oh, blah 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 wants to ride for New Balance, but they're just like, it doesn't really like work or like fit like what we're trying to do. So I don't know, it's cool to believe in like, and then eventually like Tyrone's like a brand manager too, like marketing, to believe in like people like that they're like gonna move it in the correct way. And what's crazy too is like they would ask me for my opinions a lot, and a lot of the riders, and I feel like that's really special. I don't know, I think skaters can see when stuff's genuine too.
For sure.
I think that's a big one. Like there's no, I don't know how to explain it. Like if you go into New Balance, like the 4 or 5 people that work there all skate or were skaters, like Tim, Levi, Jeff, like Rothmeyer, like everybody somehow, like, I don't know. I think that's like
roots in skateboarding,
yeah, that's like transparent in skating, and with a big brand like New Balance, it's like you could tell that that's genuine. They've done a lot of cool things with like skate shops. They try to keep this like I don't know. I think they just try to keep correct on everything, and I feel like skate industry and people that love skating can see that and tell that like, damn. A lot of us have
built an incredible program,
Yeah, a lot of us have been on for like a long time too, and I feel like there's something with that too, like loyalty with like within the company, like Jordan Trahan, Tyler Surrey, Tom Knox. A lot of us have been on for like a long time, and I think that's like visibly very transparent. That's like, I don't know. Ty's been there for a long time. Seb, the same people. You know, we've had a shoe designer change once, and that person became Jeff. And like Jeff's been there for like a long time.
Micah, right?
Yeah. So I feel like I think skaters can see what's genuine, and I feel like that to me is like a genuine shoe company. It's not really trying to follow like crazy trends. It's just trying to do its own thing, and I feel like that's cool.
Definitely.
But yeah, that is crazy. Like I was just on a crazy ass trip with like everyone on the team, and like I was looking around and I'm like, damn, this is like so much different from when I first got on.
I like how eclectic it seems. Like I love that it's like you and Reynolds and Thiago, and like it's a very diverse, very wide range of skating and approaches of skating. So I like that very much.
Yeah, and it's weird. Like at the end of the day too, like there's not like one dude on that's like there's not one person on that's like a dramatic or like extra, or we're kind of all understanding that we're like all in this together. And there's not like the one outlier. It's like everyone's almost like, I swear, like everybody's friends, which is like, I think also transparent. I think, you know, like I could like text Westgate like a stupid joke right now, you know, and he'd probably like, he would like respond and we would like talk shit for like a minute, you know, like I think like those kinds of things are like, you could tell.
Did you have kind of an idea that it would develop this way when you first started, or were you maybe a little scared at first? Because I assume at that time, like you said, like New Balance was not in the skateboarding industry, so it must have been a bit scary to jump on that ship.
Yeah, I would think that like at the time there was like a lot of drama around like shoe companies being in it for like the wrong reasons, and so like naturally aligning yourself with like this new thing is scary. I like always knew it would be like sick. Like I had a feeling like after like the first video, I think it was like the first video and like understanding the direction, like I was like, this will be really cool. Even doing shit like the last video with Foy and Tiago, like they didn't really follow trends on like how you film something. Like they took like a different approach, which is risky and cool, and like it's not for everybody, and I feel like that's pretty cool. Like you could do what everybody else is doing, but it's almost sicker to just do your own thing. I don't know. I think I always knew that it would be like really special and cool.
Well, and speaking of that, my next question here is from Sebastian Palmer. So, let's see. He said, Tom is really one in a million. From early internet fame to his current unique place in skating, through architecture, film culture, and peeping Tom's status, I've seen an incredible growth with Tom these last 12 years. Just this last couple months, he has met and charmed Rodney Mullen, Mike Carroll, and Clyde Singleton. He's one of the most endearing, humble, and yet incredibly hardworking professionals, and also a top-rate friend to upcoming AMs and even my own kids. He is a great role model. We all love Tom. I think of him every day when I go get coffee and remember his wedding that took place right outside my current office window. Here are 3 questions to pick one from. Tom, you are so good at disarming and ingratiating yourself with the who's who of skating celebrity friends in such a genuine way. Who is the celebrity, skate or not, you have found hardest to approach? His second question is, I had heard about you before I met you and soon found out you had a reputation for curiosity, which meant you quickly got the name Tom Car Questions, I paraphrase. And you still to this day amaze me with your insights and intrigue. Now you're the seasoned veteran a new generation of AMs look up to. Who is the new kid in the van with all the questions? And the third question is, if they invent a skateboarding robot, will it dream of electric curbs or coping?
Oh my god. Okay. Well, the gnarliest, I never met him yet, but I found Rodney Mullen skating alone. It was like a crazy thing. And in order for that video, I sat on the video for like 7 months that me and Matt made. And in order to post that, I had to get like Rodney's permission. That's what Tony Vitello told me, that owns Thrasher. So it was like a hunt to get his email. And then when I found his email, I sent him a crazy email with the video. And then he called me for 2 hours.
Oh, wait.
Wow. Rodney called me for 2 hours, and it was insane. It was so sick. Sure. Yeah. It was so sick. But he's trying to get dinner with me now. But he's nocturnal, so we would have to get dinner at like 2 a.m.
Does he actually live during the, like, he's like sleeps throughout the day and lives at night?
Yeah.
That's so funny he does that, yeah.
I think that this is like a question I throw around a lot in my brain, but he seems like one of those people maybe I should never get the dinner with. Like, I feel like the lore of Rodney Mullen might be like just as good as getting dinner. Like if I never met him.
But at this point you've had him on the phone. You're
so
already
kind of
in touch with him. So yeah.
Yeah, and like the stuff he told me was so crazy and so cool, and like I almost can't believe it. So like I might be like, it might be like too much to like actually get dinner with him. But that's one where I'm like, do I follow up with him and get food? that's one where it's like that might be the toughest one. And then this one's insane, but I made a whole thing about trying to find Go Miyagi, like the Japanese skater.
Oh, yeah. I was reading your closer piece from issue 8 or 9 or something. Yeah,
I pretty much went to Japan with the thought of like potentially I could meet him if I did this rail that he showed me.
Yeah.
But he, I think from my understanding, has like mental health issues. So he was in a bad place, but he still wanted to meet me. And I met him at those flat bars that he walks on in the water. You know those flat bars?
Yeah.
I like showed up super early in Osaka. I took the train so early to meet him. Me and Jamie did. And he was just at those flat bars and we like talked for like 5 minutes and then he like rode his bike away. It was like one of the craziest things I've ever experienced. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of, just because there was a skate shop in the city I grew up in, Fountain Valley, right by Huntington, that was owned by a Japanese dude that would buy products and then sell them overseas. And that was like the first time I'd ever seen Overground broadcast. He like showed me it, and that was like the first time I ever saw like weird skating. I was probably like 13 or something.
Yeah, that video is legendary.
So I feel like, yeah, that like changed my like life, seeing that video. So like meeting like the main star of that video, just his lore and shit was just like so crazy. And like some of the things he told me, I was just like tripping on it. Like he like knew a little bit about me. He like knew my favorite skater was Tempster. I was like, what inspired you? Like, what's the number one thing that inspired you to skate like the way you do? And he was like, Mark Gonzalez video days. He like was like the only thing he said in English. Mark Gonzalez
Really?
video
Wow.
days. I don't know, just like little things like that. It's crazy that like, yeah, I guess what Seb's talking about, my curiosity can like get me like 7,000 miles away at 6 o'clock in the morning to meet Go Miyagi.
For 5 minutes.
Yeah. And like, I know I'm throwing it back a question, but like that's another thing is like New Balance supporting little things like that. Like I think that's like genuine, you know, like I think I couldn't do a trip like that. I mean, I could on my own, but like having that be funded by like Seb and Closer is like, you know, that's just so much more special.
For sure. Yeah.
And yeah, I think my the first answer is Go Miyagi and Rodney Mullen. They're kind of like Rodney's like the reason we are even street skaters, and then Go Miyagi's probably like the reason I'm into like weird skating.
Yeah.
He's one of the reasons, which he should get like an insane amount of credit for, but I think he's so low key that it's just he doesn't.
Yeah. Well, it makes him even more mysterious and probably all the more legendary. So
yeah, so like that was a really cool special person to meet, and he in a translation app told me like, I have something to tell you. It's a lot right now, but one day I'll tell you. So like, and he never told me yet. So like,
until we meet again. Yeah.
I don't know. So like that was kind of like another thing. Like, oh, of course, like he leaves me with like a riddle.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Have you talked to him since then? Have you like texted or emailed or?
Not really. I feel like it's back to that thing. It's like maybe it should just be like magical, like that one magical thing. But you also see how that's like such a niche thing in skating. Like 90% of skating is not going to know or care about what I'm talking about.
That's true. Yeah.
It's so niche, but it's like so important to me. Just like how the wet ground in Blade Runner is important to me. I don't know. It's like there's so little of people that will understand that. But I'm hoping, I guess one thing that I hope is like through where I am at skating now, which is I know in a small place as well, but it's like maybe through my love of like this kind of stuff, like somebody goes like, who is Go Miyagi? And then like goes back and watches it and is like, holy shit. Yeah. I mean, recently, I did that with, I hung out with Sheffy recently. It was kind of like similar. But I think like, yeah, Rodney's up there. It's almost like I don't want to meet him fully because it might be like even more insanely magical to just have this 1-2 hour phone call. Seb's last question, will robots dream of electric curbs? They'll probably dream of like Olympic gold.
Medals.
Yeah. Olympic replicants will probably dream of electric podiums or something. They won't care about our little shitty spots behind alleys.
Definitely not, no.
Yeah, they're going to want the electric podium.
All right, have a couple audio ones.
So this question's for Tom K. I just wanted to reach out and say what inspires you and what motivates you in life and when it comes to the skating industry.
Who's that?
That's Garrett Holmes. I hope I'm saying his name right.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my oldest friend.
Cristina told me I should reach out to him.
Yeah, that's my oldest friend I met at a demo in a parking lot, a shorties demo in a parking lot, and he got hit in the arm. Some bad kid named Zach Moore hit him in the arm and stole a board that he got at the demo. And I stayed with Garrett while he cried so his dad could pick him up. That's how we met.
Created a strong bond.
Yeah, and we've been friends like ever since.
Amazing.
Yeah, he doesn't skate though. He's not a skater. He's just like my friend.
Yeah.
He's a skater. He comes out of retirement every time Matt Bublitz makes a video to do one trick. That's like his thing.
Okay.
But he never skates.
Every once in a while.
Damn, I think, back to tie it all in together, I think like a little bit of everything from the past like inspires the future. My family, like the movies, growing up in LA and like Orange County, like past skateboarding, past movie scenes, past skateboarding. Just like, to move forward in the future, I have to look at the past and then create my own future. That's like the main inspiration. Is like having the past guide my future. Sounds like some Terminator shit or something.
A little bit. I love it though.
Yeah, it's like, I think like I look to the past for the future. That inspires my hope in like humanity, in skating, in creativity, is like taking what others have done and doing my own thing with it, my own version.
Exactly.
And following in the footsteps of like my parents, skaters, filmmakers, like loved ones, taking bits and pieces of that and like making my own future. Something like that.
I just realized I skipped a question that I thought was pretty interesting. It was from earlier when we were talking about movies. Salomon Cardenas, he said, if there was a movie made about Tom's life, what genre would it be? Who would play him? Who would direct it? Who would voice your car? Who would play your wife? Who would play Jamie Thomas? Who would play Grant Mizura?
I heard, I always call Grant, I heard a rumor that I saw some rumors that like Christopher Nolan like won't let people have iPhones on set and he'll like yell at people and shit.
Okay.
So like when we film skits with Grant, I call Grant Christopher Nolan. I go like, yo, chill, Nolan. So then now we have like an inside joke of like, oh, I'm being Christopher Nolan, huh? And I'll be like, yeah, you are. And he'll be like, sorry. All right. It would be directed by, I don't know. People have said I look like Gene Wilder. So like,
oh, okay.
Maybe Gene Wilder could play me. It would be a comedy probably. And then I don't know. Yeah, that's a funny question. Who would play my wife? I don't know.
Who would voice your car?
Garrett would voice my car.
Okay.
Who asked the last question?
Yeah, all right.
No, Matt would direct it. Matt Bublitz would direct it. He'd film it, direct
obviously.
it.
And who's playing Jamie Thomas?
Shit, I don't know. Who's playing Jamie Thomas? That'd be sick though. Okay, I think for sure it would be okay. If I'm being serious, I would be hyped if it was an 80s movie, an 80s high school movie, and like a young Kurt Russell played me.
No, for sure, yeah, that would make sense.
Young Kurt Russell played me. Jamie Thomas is like the principal, and he's played by, I don't know. I got to be careful how I answer this. He's played by Nicolas Cage.
Oh, amazing! I love that.
He's played by Nicolas Cage, and who would play Cristina? Shit, the chick that plays Sloane in Ferris Bueller's Day Off would play Cristina.
I have no idea what that is. I haven't watched that movie in a long time.
if it's Celebrity Crushes, like Dua Lipa would play Cristina.
Okay.
That'd be cool. So yeah, Nicolas Cage is Jamie Thomas, Kurt Russell is me, Dua Lipa is Cristina, Matt Bublitz is played by like fucking Matthew McConaughey plays Matt Bublitz. Who plays Grant?
Somebody funny, obviously.
Probably John Leguizamo or something. You know who that is?
I think so. Yeah.
Probably some like funny random dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Love that. That would be a fun movie to watch. Okay, I have 2 quick last ones. This one is from Tyler Surrey.
Oh shit.
He said, what would be your dream session? Skaters, year, spot, filmer / photographer, color clothes.
Like we're on a road trip filming for like Welcome to Hell.
Oh yeah.
Jamie's filming and I'm like skating a rail with Templeton.
Yeah.
That would be sick. Or I don't know, honestly. I got it pretty good in the 2020s. Yeah, that would be so sick if like some kid looks back and would be like, dude, it would be my dream to be in a weekend skit. Like that would be like so cool.
Oh, that's gonna happen for sure. It's probably happening right now, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think something about being on like a demo trip for Welcome to Hell where you like skate like a kicker to a car.
Mm-hmm.
And like Ed's trying to front blunt it and I'm nose blunting it. That would be cool. Or I'm on like Hookups Destroying America trip and like me, Klein, and HK are like skating a bump to box. That'd be pretty sick. So like all mid-90s sessions. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with like maybe like Dan Wolf or Jamie Thomas filming me fisheye. That would be really sick.
For sure. What about color clothes, he said?
Oh, like a fat, baggy-ass brown cords and like a fat yellow toy machine tee.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Sick.
And then, an OG toy machine board. Something like that. That'd be pretty cool.
All right, well, let's wrap it up with this very last one.
Hey, Tom, this is Bob from Skate Talk Live. Here's my question. It's more of a scenario. You just got word that the heat is around the corner. You have to abandon everything you know and love within 30 seconds. Where are you going? And what are you going to do? By the way, big fan.
Wow.
He has a great voice.
Yeah, good actor. Yeah, 30 seconds or less when you feel the heat around the corner. What would I do? I don't know. If I felt the heat around the corner, I'd just like lay on the ground and go to jail or whatever. It'd probably be nice to have some peace and quiet for a little bit and like not be able to do anything. Like not to worry about spots, not to worry about the sprinklers.
Renovations in your house or at your parents' house.
Yeah, so, okay, I would get caught, go to jail, and then attempt an escape. That would be sick. So, yeah, that's one way to go out. I also think maybe go out with a bang. Just, like, whatever. Like the end of the movie, get killed, and that's it. I don't know. That's dark, though.
Or like, what's that Ridley Scott movie? Thelma and Louise? Like, jumping off the cliff in a car or something?
Yeah, no, I think I would, if I felt the heat around the corner, I think I would just, like, immediately try to, like, fly to another country and just, like, change everything about who I am. But then I don't know if I could, like, live. I'd have to, like, leave all these things behind. So I think I would get caught and just go to jail and then, like, try to, like, work that system somehow.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, we can wrap it up here. Thank you so much, Tom.
Yeah, thanks for doing all that research. I know it probably took a long time. Thanks for doing that, and I'm like looking forward to it.
That's it for my conversation with Tom. Follow him on Instagram at Tom Karangelov to keep an eye on his upcoming projects, and make sure to go watch and rewatch all of his amazing video parts from the last 15 years. Thank you for tuning in. See you soon for a new episode of Beyond Board.